Well,
I'm
as long as the
mysterious.
students never find this channel, you'll be all right. They probably
Yep.
won't.
They gotta listen through,
Oh, they have to
like,
sift through so much. Yeah.
yeah.
I tried the name and students my pen name, and it defeated the purpose.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, my legal first name is not Graham, so they're gonna
Right.
have to find a take a little time to find me.
All right. So last time, for our recap, you guys met a clan of werewolves that you thought you were going to have to fight with, and you didn't have to fight with because they were already so decimated that they were like, "Yeah, we lose pretty much. The cult has defeated us." And they offered you a little bit of an olive branch and a little help with the location of a fort nearby where they had captured a live cultist, which is really, really difficult to do. And apparently, this captured cultist nearly died multiple times due to the cult's inborn traps and defenses. And it's kind of a mess, but I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, I think he had two pharasmites laying on him.
Yeah, Dismas and Gaspar have him in an armbar, like a double armbar. And he's still screaming and spitting and trying to bite Dismas' ankle. So,
When he's pinned, he like I'm fuzzy on how that status effect works. Can he not do anything?
not really.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we're going to dogpile hold him down and bake his brain until he tells us what the fuck the cult is doing here in this town.
Oh, shit. And GPT says I am out of tokens. I think GPT's having an issue today because I am definitely not.
Do we have proud fire on?
I think that oh, it's 10 minutes.
I don't think so.
I think that should still be on.
Yeah, I thought we turned it on before the last thing.
We turned it on when we were approaching the demon wolves.
Yeah, and we came straight over here after them.
I thought it wore off, but I can't remember.
Divide the duration in 10-minute intervals. Yeah, so we probably each got like 12 minutes. That should be down by now.
Okay. Do you guys want it again? I don't know why we would need it for this guy.
We shouldn't need combat, maybe?
I think we're good. I think we're good for now.
Yeah.
I am thrilled that you just offered to re-up it as soon as it went down. I can't believe my answer is no thanks, but yeah, basically always yes. It's like good spell.
If we're worried about other energies from him too, I could cast those as we determine that we need them.
Okay. Yeah, if he starts seeming squirrely, we'll adjust.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for now we just brain bake him. If Kate's willing to enter the mind of a absolute fanatic cultist who is in the process of turning into a werewolf.
Yeah, that feels like my cross to bear, probably.
I think she'd enjoy that a lot. Yeah.
You guys buy me some booze afterward, and I'll try to forget about it. I'm gonna weasel my way in there to get close enough to cast. Do we want to prepare a couple questions before we cast? What do you want to start with?
Yeah. Just fling him in the chat if you think of anything good.
Who is your supplier?
Those are good questions.
That is also a good question, Alfred.
Yeah, Tim, I'd typed that one. Okay, I'll take it out.
Ask it twice.
Yeah. Giving me justification of, well, Adamaris will want to know. Anyway.
Who
Sid,
is
we're
Arin
flinging-
Vrood?
Arin Vrood is the chief neo-Nazi who
Okay.
rolled up
This is the
to.
new Secretary of Treasury.
Yes.
Sorry.
He's like who this guy reports to?
Yeah, we think he's
Okay.
the commanding officer of this branch of the cult because he's the one who, whenever we were in the Shutterwood, he was calling shots back there.
Okay.
Also, while you were gone, he sent a letter to the werewolves we met with before we met with them, being like, "Hey, beware all these marshals! They're coming to kill you and take your stuff."
He
Pretty-
called me the Blackwood usurper. I'm kind of pissed about that.
I think
That
he's a
ain't
bit of
cool.
a. I think he's a bit of a. Whatever. Never mind.
Uh-huh.
Well, now you
We
can
get
Wood
to see
slurper
it.
himself. Anyway.
Yeah.
Slurper?
Yeah.
Wood slurper.
Ooh.
You slurper.
Tying into the next question.
You
Because if he
slurper,
knows
you.
our names, I would like to know what else he knows about us. And where he's getting the information from.
We should ask when he was bitten first.
Mm-hmm.
We should start with the least invasive questions in case he's got any mental tripwires that are gonna,
Mm-hmm. Blow up everything.
if he says Oren Vrood's name to a cop, his head explodes. So we should ask that last.
Yeah.
Do we remember
That's like
what...
not at all a joke, too, Chris. He's like got that
Yeah.
going on.
I'll be right back.
What were you saying, Alfred?
Do we remember what made that one girl's head explode in the Desnan Temple?
Oh man, that would be such a smart thing to have written down. Did I write that down? I almost certainly did not write that down.
Toby, any chance that was
Oh,
recent
wait.
enough that we'd just remember and you could help a party out?
I would if I could remember, but I don't.
Let's see.
Maybe there's YouTube on this Relax You.
Oh god.
Here, I got you. I wrote down all the questions we were going to ask, and one of them made her head explode.
Right.
Don't remember which one. Here they are. They're in the chat.
Oh my gosh.
Her name was Thalia Moore.
Yep.
What do you seek in Eastern Usalov? What relationship does your group have with the Demon Wolves? Where will you go once you've collected all the parts? Do you plan to reach Galaspire as soon as possible? Are your friends heading...
We do have her head.
Yeah. To Central Eastern Usalov. Is Arin Vrood human?
Mm.
What does the little green statue do? Where does your group plan to be in 5 weeks? What did you offer Mathis? What relationship does your group have with the Demon Wolves?
We
Yes,
asked
pretty
him
well
that
answered
twice.
that.
Yeah. I want to say it's one of the questions for which the answer was Gallowspire that caused her
That
to
seems
detonate.
right. Maybe about the timeline.
Yeah. Also, if I was GMing, I'd make her blow up if she said Gallowspire to a cop.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Dan.
start. Go
Is
ahead.
that why
Oh, go on,
Bodhi
sorry.
and Poot shot Wallace? Because he mentioned Gallowspire to the cops?
Hey, spoilers. I know it's been out for 23 years. Damn, you know what else would be crazy? If we remembered what kind of explosion it was, so that Elfrip's offer of pro energy could be most effective. I want to say it was fire.
I think it was.
I mean, what else would it... Oh, no, it was a fucking lightning bolt. I remember.
Oh,
A fucking
shit, you're right.
lightning bolt came out of her head. It hurt. Like, really bad.
Alfred can use electricity.
What if... Yeah, I think that's a good idea, buddy. I think we're going to hold this dude down, and we're going to ask him, like, the 10 dumbest questions about Oren Vrood's dating profile, and then he's going to electrocute the fuck out of us. But then we'll set off all the traps, and then we can ask him whatever we want.
Right.
These are good
And we can
plans,
put-
right?
Yeah. And
What else would
melee
we be
and
doing?
dismiss will absorb the hit, so no one else gets hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everybody, turn on your prod electricity.
Thanks, Alfred.
Thank you. You're a real one.
Are we technically in combat?
No?
Let's see. How much does a bite do? A D4 plus strength? If you're a man? You're a
Depends,
man
yeah.
like him?
He is starting to grow some little fangs, so probably
Oh,
more for him.
he might do like a D6 or something. Because I was wondering, like, I got DR3 from this armor, and I can get up to DR8. I could just stick my hand in his mouth. Just hold him down.
Yeah.
I mean, feed
I'm
the
real-
bite is how you get people to quit doing damage with their teeth.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
I take
thinking.
a step back.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't. This is my first werewolf experience. I'm sorry.
Mr. Dismiss, is your arm still in that guy's mouth? I can't see.
Yes.
All right, just like hold it and just pull it back further, and then he can't bite down. Then you'll get his molars, which aren't so pointy.
You be careful
Through
not to get bitten.
that, can I shove my fist in this guy's mouth?
Wait, but then he can't answer our questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, but we're brain baking him. He doesn't need to speak.
Yeah.
Oh.
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 All right. Yeah, we get
I
really
shoved my
weird.
fist.
Whoa.
We get really weird with how we're holding him, and Kate bakes his brain.
Great.
Sounds good.
Did anybody bring a Kevlar arm guard? Anybody?
I could stick
No.
some. No.
Armor?
Of my
That's-
bare, good aligned gauntlet down his evil gullet.
Got some holy water. Doesn't help. But,
This is where my actual real life professional career comes in handy. I know how to deal with bites.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, it's because she knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could jam
Yeah,
some
that's
corn.
meta knowledge.
I have manacles. Is that useful?
Oh, definitely, yes. Pass them,
Okay.
please.
Here you go.
I also have a set.
Oh, hand and foot. Hog boy.
One moment.
Here, give him to Kai. He's got good
Court.
survival.
Yeah, I got great survival.
All right, we're gonna lay on him, and you tie him up, Mr. Bounty Hunter.
I sent him to your sheet.
Okay, thank you. So I should use these when you,
Brain bake him.
okay.
Go ahead
Great,
and
that
do it
makes
now,
me
I'd say.
overweight, but
You
it's
should
We can talk
fine.
time.
Shoving boiled corn in his mouth?
We could.
As a
Declined
gag.
to answer.
You secure him with the manacles, Kai?
Yes.
Okay. You guys see Kai do something you've never seen him do before. He steps forward, and while the man is being restrained by the other two, helps flip him over onto his face, and with remarkable speed and efficiency, gets both of his hands bent behind his back and handcuffs him so tightly he can barely move his arms. And then grabs him kind of by the scruff of the tunic and flips him back over and slumps him against the wall.
Toby,
Goddamn, detective, good shit.
Nice.
thank you. Josh is in the other channel.
Oh, let me get him. Hello, Josh.
Whenever.
Brr-da-brr-da.
Dur-dur-dur-dur.
I told these kiddos we would try the unrestricted channel. It does allow some soundboard use. But, yeah.
We decided we were a little cold and flat last session, so we're trying to strike sort of like a middle point, and we'll see how that goes.
It was too taut for me.
We were like a Ubisoft NPC dialogue last
oh,
week.
God.
And
That's
normally
awkward.
we are like 5 high schoolers on
Yeah.
their first Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to be somewhere in the middle of those two things.
Yeah. That's a wide spectrum right there.
God.
If we could just strike a balance. Anyway, all you've missed is that we have manacled this man and also debated sticking things in his mouth to keep him from biting us. I think hands were repeatedly suggested. We're a weird bunch. But anyway, he's all tied up now.
I have manacled him, for I am a former bounty hunter.
Yeah. You get like 10 seconds of Kai cop mode, and it's kind of majestic.
Look how
It is
fucking
majestic.
effective we are whenever all we have to do is, like, restrain a suspect. Like, at any point, we could go back to Lepstadt and be the coolest 8 people in town.
Yeah.
True.
Instead of a bunch of nobodies in the woods fighting hell.
Yeah.
That will be
Yeah.
what I plan to do when we return back.
This is where God
Retirement.
has placed me.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I guess we're ready to start asking him shit.
Gotcha.
Josh,
Let's-
we were flinging any questions we thought to ask this gooner in the chat, so we could all just look at him.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the way, how do we normally do this? We ask him the question, and then Kate is reading his mind, so we see what, like, thoughts come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we start with when he was bitten?
Yeah, your call, but I think so.
All right. When were you bitten by a werewolf?
The response you get is something in the neighborhood of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Noted.
Okay.
What's in his
Alright.
brain?
In his brain, you see snippets of a battle, and in fact, he forces you out of his brain pretty quickly.
Damn.
I stick Ravadra's barrel in his mouth. I say,
No.
quit that
Oh.
shit.
No.
Say
God, he
less.
wants-
Quit that shit.
Say less.
I don't pull the trigger.
Oh, this time you don't, huh?
Oh, no.
Such restraint.
We can help you if you cooperate.
Where's the damn ring of truth? And
I
does
do have it
anyone-
somewhere.
Does anyone have alcohol of any kind?
Yes.
You're
yes.
gonna get the cultist drunk.
We can
That's
we
really
can
the
dump his
only
will
option.
save. He ain't gonna take no offer of help. This guy is an actual honest to God sympathizer. He would love to die for this cause.
I think Elverp has some whispered courage if he's afraid of exploding. That might help him get over that fear.
If we get him drunk, we can dump his will save to the point where then we can ask him. Kate can get into his brain easier.
Mm-hmm. Got a Foundry Stein. I think that's about it.
I wish I had alcohol. I don't. I'm a teetotaler.
Sir John.
Except for hard
funny-
drugs.
Funny new aspect of Kai.
I
Judgy
have hard drugs.
teetotaler.
I don't have alcohol.
Wait, what drugs you got?
Go nuts.
That might.
Oh.
I love go nuts.
No. Never mind.
I also have a baseline.
What, like the
He'd
intro to
also.
Seinfeld? Or
Oh. You can't. I don't. You get undead drunk?
what the hell is baseline? Oh
Is he
god.
detect this undead?
I bought it somewhere, probably in Numeria.
Uh-uh.
If he's a vampire.
No, he's slowly turning into a werewolf.
Oh.
I don't
We
think
are
think
not
he's
the
a
same.
vampire.
Forget I said it.
Baseline is going to render the recipient immune to insanity, mind-affecting effects, and morale bonuses.
Getting a little senile in my older years.
Let's see. I don't think we want to give him baseline.
He is spitting and snarling. Looking
Can we
around
get
like
the-
a feral beast.
Okay. maybe we start asking him. He forced you out of his mind.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Do we want to try and get him to set off all of his own like magical traps in his brain before we unwerewolf him? Because if we unwerewolf him and then ask him stuff he can't answer, then
Right. Then
he'll
he'll
be
blow
killed.
up.
Kate, you
Set
weren't
him
so
off
much
first.
forced out of his mind as it was like trying to jump onto a merry-go-round that was spinning very, very fast. You just like could not get a hold.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah. I think you're right. We set off the traps first, let him heal, then decurse him.
Sid, you're not transmitting, but she suggested we black tentacle him.
Wow. Any excuse
Okay.
to hentai, right, Marks?
No, you get out of here.
Okay. All right.
Me immediately going, no.
Just
If you
hovering
don't-
over the button.
He may be about to detonate.
Possibility is tentative. Sorry, continue.
God damn it,
If you
Sydney.
don't want to take damage from that, don't stand in front of the door. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm gonna start asking him shit that's gonna make him explode.
oh no, that's how. Never mind.
Wow.
I'm gonna put up shield real quick.
He's manacled in this room.
Uh-huh.
Let me make sure.
I manacled him.
Oh yeah. So we don't have to lay on him anymore. He's like pinned even if we're not laying on him, right?
I believe the correct term is that Kai, they themicled him.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't. He's pinned even if we're
Pronouns.
not laying on him.
He is manacled. There's not
Is he attached
anything
to the wall in
There's
any way?
nothing to attach him to in here. Yeah, you could take
We
him
like-
to a different room and manacle him to an object.
I force his head up against the wall with the butt of revive. I mean, just like
I could
Jeez.
also
Oh my
create
god.
I could also create a pit
I lean
if
on
that
that.
like adds a little buffer.
Ooh.
But that is a spell slot, and I.
Ooh, hang on. That's
So-
hilarious. And we're
That
gonna
is
have.
good.
That's really good. Hang on. How long does a pit last?
Yeah, there's that too. Here, hold on.
Round per level, I think.
Yeah, round per level
yeah.
plus 1. So 11 rounds. We get 2 minutes of him in a pit, and we get to ask him all kinds of shit. You're like, where is
And it's
Orin
100
Rude? A
feet.
lightning bolt flies out of the pit.
10 feet deep per every 2 levels. So that's pretty good.
Damn.
And it's a
Dies
climb
from fall
DC of
damage at the bottom of the
25.
pit.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, let me know. I'll need to arcane it, but otherwise, if you guys are actually interested, say the words.
Is he like regenerating health?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slowly.
slowly. Okay.
He has like an infernal healing effect on him.
Is there a headband of vast stupidity?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. I wish we had that right now.
Well, you do have the ring of the inability to lie, which is,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Ooh, yeah. Let's put that on him while he's manacled.
Who is holding that again?
woke manacles.
Manacles.
I think Denvia had it at one point.
I have the spy
do
glass.
think-
That's all I know.
I can break these cuffs.
She
I do
took it
think
off of me.
Denvia had it. You mind if we borrow that, Lieutenant?
Sure.
Right.
All right. Let's put it on his finger while he's manacled.
Okay. You secure him, and he tries to scratch and bite you as you pile on him with 3 cops and force a ring onto his finger.
You will get engaged.
All right. I'm gonna,
Probably happened in the
if-
American South a couple million times.
Yep.
for the sake of simplicity, and since we got pro energy electrical, I'm just gonna lay on him and ask him questions with Death Ward on.
Okay. That's very awkward.
Right. I grapple the manacled man. I assume if you are still near him, you are willing to take splash damage from whatever he lets out.
Okay.
All right. Where is Oren Vrood?
Let's see. This sound is going to indicate mindless snarling in response.
Okay.
And it's going to be less loud.
Are you a member of, or do you affiliate with members of the terrorist organization known as the Whispering Way? Alright, I expected him to blow up by now. What are you doing with the Pack Lord's heart? Okay. Maybe he already set off all his own traps, because the Demon Lords interrogated him.
Maybe.
What are these other questions we were going to ask him? Where will you go when you've collected all of the parts that you are currently seeking? When do you plan to reach Gallowspire? Is Oren Vrood human? Alright. What is the cult doing in Feldgrau? Jesus
Sorry,
Christ!
wrong button.
Oh.
Wrong button.
I thought that was
right
him
next.
exploding.
They're right next to
That was
each
the
other.
right question.
They're right next to each other.
Toby, that was the right button, if we're being honest.
They're right
How
next
many
to each other.
So funny.
How many Whispering Way spellcasters are in Feldgrau? Okay, I think he's already set off everything. Who's
Something
a good
about
boy?
Turbophone. Hey.
Is all of the cult in Feldgrau? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's cure his werewolfism. I think he's already tripped all his traps. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if those are the same questions we're going to ask, he's already not blown up when we asked them, so that seems logical.
Survival
Alright.
checks.
What'd you say, Dad?
Survival checks.
Good God.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Roll out. Natural 20. Roll out.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
I think that's like a
High five, Danger.
44.
Wow.
Danger knows where he was born.
I may never forget it neither.
Danger comes up here and peeks in this room and says, Danger, you know that this man's been in here for several days. You know that he has clawed and kicked and punched the walls. You know that he has endured unbelievable injuries to himself, including lightning, fire, other elemental effects. And his body has slowly patched itself back into the state it's in, which is not a great state, but better than dead. And it looks like he has been, you would say, based on where the blood splatters are on the wall, he has been repeatedly beaten and tortured in this room for days. And you notice that to the north there is a room with a table with many different tools and straps and items on it.
What is it, a CrossFit gym or something?
Yeah, it's cult fit. I just heard Anna off Discord hoot from the other end of the house. So she's excited about cult fit.
Alright, so they've probably tripped all of his traps. That's the vibe I'm getting. Well, okay. Then Vaya, do you think you can cure his werewolf status? His entry-level
Try.
werewolf card? Yeah.
Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get any info out of him.
Alright,
Danger.
Toby. I use a scroll of remove curse. I have 3 of them on my sheet.
Give Danger a perception check real quick.
Mm-hmm.
20 and 19 so far with your leopard underwear dice. I know that's what you were thinking when you saw those. Danger, over by the tools. You notice out of the corner of your eye the pile of tools over there on the desk. Looks like there's a bunch of paper notes and writing utensils.
Oh. They wrote down all the questions they wanted to ask him. That way we don't have to think.
In the clutter? Notes on captured cultists. Let's see.
You open up the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to open it from
now that you've got the book in your hands, I will do this.
Okay.
You find written in a steady sort of measured hand, all print, no cursive. You'll see chapters on lycanthropy history, which has a date that he contracted it on or about the 14th of April. Full moon is expected on the 21st. His branch of lycanthropic curse is the Demon Wolves version, which has an abnormally high level of aggression and regeneration. It has some notes on his regenerative abilities and things he's endured. Notes on his aggression, things they've learned from his babbling. It's all there. You see Danger flipping through it, and yeah. He gives a whistle and says, Sarenway whipped, or something similar.
I'll toss this to one of the nerds.
Who would that be?
Who's captain these days?
Captain.
This doesn't scare me. I can't read.
I throw the book to captain.
I'll take it. Let's see.
So here, I ain't much of a reader.
The wolves think that he lost some information to brain damage from the lightning bolt that started in the base of his skull.
So brain
That'll
baking
do it.
him.
That'll do
He's
it.
already, he done did been brain baked.
Where my concussions at? Can confirm, right?
You think lesser resto would fix lightning bolt or brain damage?
No, you
What
need
if I
pretty
inject
potent
a
resto for
fucking...
that.
What if I repeatedly inject nanite clusters into the base of his neck, each of them doing a lesser resto? We can medical him back to life, said the fighter with a 12-int. Anyway, yeah, fix his werewolf.
Kate, you can make me a I suppose it'd be a spellcraft check.
Okay. Closing out of the notes on the cult.
Based on the way you know detect thoughts works, if anything, he'll be harder to talk to or interrogate without the curse. Because while the curse does make him sort of feral, it prevents him from thinking and engaging with all of the discipline that they're taught as cultists. He's sort of broken.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the notes you see in the book here, which you believe, by the way, is Adamaris' writing,
Right.
that he's actually released a lot of information. You don't think the Demon Wolves knew a damn thing about the cult before they encountered them in Shudderwood. And yet, here is a pretty good description of the cult of the Whispering Way. Number 1, the subject has lost information to brain damage and memory loss. What remains? The cult serves Tar Bafan. Not a revelation to you guys, but it is to the Demon Wolves. Same with this. Their symbol is his gagged skull. They believe Tar Bafan will return to Uslav and rule the world. Again, no surprise to you, but the Demon Wolves figured it out from this guy's babbling. They aim to bring about Tar Bafan's return by any means. There are multiple sects to the cult that each pursue different methods to bring back Tar Bafan. And this sect of the cult is seeking components for an elaborate ritual. The ritual requires very rare and potent items. which Adamaris notes that the cultist has mentioned a stalwart spirit, a holy artifact of death, a resilient piece of resilient flesh, which he, Adamaris, interpreted as the Pack Lord's heart, and then shards of the innocent. And he notes that they have been digging and exhuming bodies in Feldgrau for weeks, even while fighting him and his clan. So maybe that's the shards of the innocent, because a lot of innocent people died here.
Horrible.
So just from overhearing this guy's broken-minded babbling, and clearly he... Where's the notes? Regeneration. Point-blank lightning from the base of the skull that traveled through the spine and all corners of the body. Intense blackening of skin and melting and fusing of bone occurred, but the regeneration of the demon wolf's branch of lycanthropy was able to repair a lot of it. They fed him a liter of blood and half the torso from some other cultist. So cannibalism mentioned. They gave him that and he ate it because he's out of his mind.
Thank you.
And his pain sensitivity is heightened in the throes, which they know from their experience with lycanthropy. And this guy, they describe multiple magical elemental forces released within the body since he contracted lycanthropy, meaning his mindless feral babbling betrayed the cult, and he exploded over and over again until all the traps, or all the traps that could be triggered by that, were consumed. And he survived it because he's a werewolf.
Right.
And Adamaris writes that this may be the most traumatic magical assault that has ever been survived. And he has
That's pretty
some
impressive.
sketches of the guy in here, which are not bad.
What a Chad. Is this note? Can we revisit this easily?
Sure,
Or is
it's
this
over in
like,
journals.
Where is it? It's tabs.
Danger. It looks like the little book next to
No,
items.
Sorry, I'm in the journals section, but I don't
Oh.
see.
Over on the left side, you should see 6 chapters.
See book 5 journals, Pharasma, player journals. Yeah, no, I'm in it. I just want to be able to come back to it later.
Oh, yeah. It's called
Yeah,
Note on Captured Cultist.
Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Oh,
Regeneration. Let's see. Aggression. Adamaris writes, heightened aggression of the demon wolf lycanthropy has overpowered individual discipline, leading to a condensed and repetitious cycle of control loss and control regained. Subject exists in a near constant cycle of frustration and apathy. That's all of Americans now. It leaves them moment to moment hyper-violent and beyond any ability to verbalize or calculate. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with him.
Subject exhibits intense discipline with special regard given the release of sensitive information. Likely years of prayer and training was required to achieve this effect and cannot be easily bypassed or discarded. Okay, you can still brain bake this. You will get some surface memories that may not have ever been babbled. And you think, at least, all of the inward pointing traps probably are expired based on the fact that this man revealed like the entire identity of the Whispering Way to a bunch of strangers. He has betrayed the cult on accident. And he was very, very, very punished for it.
Yeah, I think it's still worth going in, see what we can between that and the surface memories.
There
Do we
could
think-
still
I
be
agree.
traps
Yeah, I
within him
think so.
that are aimed outwards.
We're sturdy.
Do we
We
think
can deal with it.
if we hit him with some resto, can we repair his brain damage to the point where he might know more? If we hit him with a
Maybe.
restoration
At
or
this
a
point,
greater resto?
he's effectively lost some levels, and it would take a pretty powerful resto spell to put him back. But the more you rebuild him, the stronger he will become at resisting Kate, is what I'm trying to say. If you fix him, it will be like trying to break through a brick wall.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go in as it is, or
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
You can always fix him later if this don't work.
we can fix
I
him.
can fix him.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Fuck!
Nice
Gotta
try,
be-
nice
You
try.
gotta be quick with that one.
The word fix just instantly.
No.
Go in with. What question do we want to start with? We know when he was turned from the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Any secret booze stash around there?
Great question.
That one shouldn't detonate him.
To
in
which he
theory.
replies,
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, do I see any booze in his brain?
let's see if he can resist. Natural 1.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And he then engages this.
All right, first of all, fuck you, sir.
And all that is seen or heard is this. With maybe a little bit of
man.
this when he makes a save.
I can do this all day, bud. I'm going to go back in. You can make this easier on yourself and cooperate, and maybe we can help you.
Tell me you're a cop without telling me you're a cop.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you.
I do only have 2 first level spell slots right now, just so you guys know.
You can always use higher level spells for lower level spells, though.
Okay, that works. I got plenty of those. I can do this all day then,
You can.
as long as we don't get into combat afterward. This is fine.
We're gonna sleep in this room with this guy.
Cool.
This is
It'll
fine,
be totally
Top Gift.
fine.
This room is covered in piss and shit and blood and half-eaten people
too.
parts.
Maybe
Just-
down the hall.
It reminds me of Numeria.
Wow.
Same.
It's
dark.
home.
All right, we'll go back in unless anyone wants to try anything first.
Pissing and shitting myself this whole time.
If he's rolling will saves, we should pour liquor in him.
We should.
You could do that.
Yeah.
You force some liquor down him?
Yeah, who got that whispered courage?
Whoa!
Alfred?
Alfred.
Sorry.
Alfred.
Alright. We're gonna pour a bunch of whispered courage whiskey in him.
Was it Whisper Courage increase your will save?
I think against
Alright.
fear effects. But otherwise, I'm hoping it'll just operate to get him intoxicated, which will then dump his regular will save.
Yeah.
There you go, little guy.
I always forget.
Such a delightful drink sound. Okay. You give him some Whispered Courage whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
which is, let's see. He appears to be starving, dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he gains a +2 morale bonus to probably strength. Snaps the manacles and starts bitch slapping cops. No. Well, let's go stage 2. Okay, you have to give him more drink.
Yeah.
Whiskey board him.
Whiskey board him. Good episode title.
Yeah.
Great way to get banned on YouTube. I agree.
Danger goes me next.
Okay.
Okay.
How's he looking?
He's,
-2.
he's moving on to stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
He takes 1d8 subdual damage. He's dead. No, he's fine. -2 morale penalty to all mental stats. There's -1 will save so far. And
Get him
keeps
again.
the benefits. Yeah. Yeah.
It's working. Progress.
Okay. Gonna give him another hit.
Get him again.
This one, he has to fail the first and make the second, or he'll black out for 2d4 hours.
Well, we can just wake him back up. That's...
He misses the first and makes the second.
Yay!
According
Now,
to
I don't know if
plan.
you guys know this, but cops are not allowed to do what we're doing.
Yeah, make sure. You note that. Do not condone.
This field work.
I love fiction for that reason.
Yes,
Field
fiction.
work
Thank you. That's the
body
word.
cam.
This is usually the point where Ceepus's body cams quit working, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No.
That's
Crazy
Lepew.
every time.
Oh, Lepew is
true.
the one that has the problem with body cams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how the teenager's head fell off. All right.
We torture people in the good old-fashioned way.
For the
Keep
greater
us-
good.
He puts way out in McCanda place now. We ain't got no body cam around here, boy. Ain't nobody
We'd
gonna
fail
know
the
where
checks
you
to
went.
use them.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Brain baking?
Bap.
He now has -2 to all saves. Okay.
And if she's casting that as a higher level spell, well, he failed anyway.
Yeah, it would. The DC would go up. Okay. You are surface thoughts.
Mm-hmm. What's going on in that brain?
You now have surface thoughts. So you just want to ask him what?
Where we want to start on our list?
The
Kate, you are looking into the worst part of a nightmare. Constant flailing, scratching, biting, terror, everyone around him either turning from cultist to werewolf and back again, everything awful. It's a lot. You guys can see Kate sitting there with her hands on his head as he snarls at her. And you can see a look of sort of pain and discomfort on her face.
This is fine, dog.
I thank Pharasma every day that she made me a stupid fighter. Don't have to go into Nazi brain.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot to unpack after this.
Oh, politics mentioned. Sorry.
The price of intelligence.
Yeah.
I'll start with the first one there. How many Springway spellcasters are in Feldgrau?
You can see at least half a dozen different faces, but they are all bald with very similar tattoos and outfits. It's kind of hard to tell. But you would say at least 7 or 8.
All right. Where are you searching for the shards of the innocent?
You see, amidst the horrors and the chaos in this brain, you see those digging, blade-armed undead violently ripping graves out of the ground and just ripping graves open. They dig in, if there's a coffin, they tear it apart. If it's a mass grave, they sort of tear open the top layer of dirt or stone or whatever was laid over the top of it. They'll even rip apart buildings if they think there's bodies buried underneath the floors. And then they move on, and you feel like in this memory you might be directing the undead. You might be telling them what to do. And one of those big ones with the chains comes along, attaches its chains to gravestones, sarcophagi lids, or buildings or other heavy objects that are covering mass graves, and drags it out of the way with incredible strength. And then the big ones come. You feel the ground shake, heavy footsteps around you, and you look up and see a 25-foot tall undead giant walk over and start picking up corpses and stuffing them into its backpack. You hear, bones breaking and flesh getting slammed against other flesh in the bag, and it kind of crunches and grinds as he walks along.
That is not a sound I want.
You guys can see Kate squinting now and gritting her teeth.
Where is Orenvrud?
In Thanos' brain.
Yeah. I actually was making that face when you said that. It's kind of funny. Did he hear? Where is Orenvrud?
As you say that, while connected to his brain, you see a strange mental image of a man in a black cloak facing away from you. And you see him holding a black mask, the inside of which you can see the eye holes that see out, and you can see that there are a number of sharp drill-like pointed bits on the inside of it, and you can see the man press it onto his face and hear a sort of strange drilling sound as it seems to seal onto his face. And the man raises his head and turns slightly towards you as if he notices you watching him. And he turns and you see these burning red eyes inside a black mass that looks like it's made of blackened, burned bone. And just as it looks into you, you can make a save.
Oh, God.
Hit, bro.
Not you, Kovira. Kovira makes a supporting save.
Yes.
Pats Kate on the shoulder. Come on, Kate.
I wanted to help.
Harrison,
Thanks.
this spell, you have to make a will save and a fort save, right?
Yes. Will to disbelieve, then fort, or die of fear.
Okay. You've made the fort save, but do me a will save also, please.
Oh, fuck.
You have a reroll. You have a
I have a
reroll.
reroll.
Mandy and I gave
Yeah.
each other's
Okay.
breakfast.
Alfred has 2 rerolls as well.
That's true.
Redo the will.
We should have a reroll as
Save. The words "save" or "die" are in.
This is one of Dramus's favorite spells for a reason, Kate, you start, as soon as he looks at you, you feel your brain somehow searched through this werewolf, through this broken mind, through the storm inside of his head, through all the chaos. You feel invaded. You feel the connection reverse, and someone momentarily enters your mind and tries to pull out the most fearsome, imaginable, terrifying death you could ever imagine. Whatever that is for Kate, she starts to see that happening to her, and she reflexively, with her 30 will save, knows it's not real, knows it's not really happening, and she sort of trusts that it's not real. She's not really exposed to this danger. She actually just closes her eyes and lets the illusion of whatever that horrible experience is hit her, with her eyes closed and her ears tuning it out and holding her breath, and whatever that horror is, it passes over the top of her and does not have any real effect.
Good lord.
Sadly.
Well,
You all right there?
You guys see Kate sweating and turning red, and she takes one hand off of his head and then, shaking, puts it back on.
yeah, we can do this.
Can do this all day.
Yep.
Yoish. I'm all out of Death Ward. Anybody else got Death Ward laying around?
Don't have a study, sorry, no.
Me neither.
It's alright.
All right, you're raw dogging it.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
we'll work our way back up to questions about that guy. Well, let's get the other ones out of the way first.
If you need it, I will
Guidance.
give you my reroll.
He can't
Thanks.
do that too many times. Like he just can't. How many phantasmal killers can you put in one guy's brain?
Probably one.
No.
Yeah.
You consult your spellcraft experts, which is Kate, Kovira, and Kate's kind of busy, but Kovira can tell you that, yeah, it's putting that one in there is laborious and expensive. It's like a couple thousand gold scroll in the guy's head.
So that's just like a fucking. That skull is just like a mined landmine. And if you step on it.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, these guys are fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
This is the highest level operative of the cult you have ever captured alive.
Wow.
Landmine.
Landmine.
Wow.
That's a good one. Good
Let
one.
me put that in Carrion Cronies.
Minefield.
It's also
Mind
good.
goblin.
Well, if you're up to it, I think you ask him again, where is Orin Vrood? Because he didn't answer. He tried to kill you, and he missed.
He did. All right. And I saw guidance from Dinvaya. Thank you. Gonna just. Yep. All right. Answer the question. Where's Orin Vrood?
You feel like you are walking through the rain-soaked streets of Felgrau with mud up to your ankles. It is pouring rain, and you're standing under the broken awning of a old building in the middle of town. Undead are milling around past you. You hear the thump and feel the vibration in the ground of the giants somewhere nearby. And you look out over the town. You realize you must be on that bluff that's on the southwest side of town, looking northeast. So because you're looking down on parts of town that you haven't really been to. And when you ask the question, you sort of turn and look around, and he seems sort of confused. He snarls a bunch IRL. And you look towards this shattered remnant of a gorgeous mansion nearby. Then his mind runs off to other dumb shit.
All right.
Does it look like the big-ass mansion in the southwest part of town?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to kill everybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Heresy
they're gonna
detected.
respond to a warrant.
Probably not.
You still gotta go serve it, though, right? You gotta, hand him the
Yeah,
subpoena
where
and
is
all
that? I think it's in the stroke pit. Can't find it.
Probably.
We could serve a warrant to a dead corpse, right? That's legal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you sprinkle a little crack on it.
You got your plant gun in your pocket, Danger? Your plant dagger? Oh, you had it on.
Yeah. I got several daggers for several different needs.
Danger's got a backpack with a satchel that's just marked on the front. Murder weapons.
We're hunting the Whispering Way. You find a guy, you don't like him, you just kill him, then you put a wand of preserved corpse in his pocket.
Oh,
You say,
that'll do
see?
it.
He was with
Oh,
him. He
you want to explain to me
was a
why
cultist.
you had a scroll of sculpt corpse if you are just a Boy Scout? I don't think so, but
It's just
that's
like
not
a piece
mine.
of paper that says "sculpt corpse" on it.
Good lord.
Bunch of marshals standing around telling these jokes while holding a cultist in an arm bar.
Yeah. I'm having nom flashbacks meanwhile.
Yeah. Let's see. Where are they making the more sophisticated undead? I want to know
That one.
Yeah.
You're walking down a stone staircase that used to have. It has sort of bent and trashed railings that were fine wood with sort of a gold paint across the top. And what looks like a formerly luxurious wine cellar where all the wine and the racks have been removed, and there are just stacks of thousands of corpses stuffed in the side halls where the wine was. and the smell is strong, mostly of chemicals and burning flesh and metal. And you hear clanging, drilling, sawing. You hear a number of other noises, and it's dimly lit by magical lights.
Probably also the manor.
Uh-huh.
Basement is what the wolf said.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
What are the methods of entry into that house?
He stops being feral for a minute. He's like, I just said the staircase.
Like, are there other ways to
Then he goes
sneak?
back
Are
to
there
it.
other ways to sneak in that they would not suspect being the point?
You get
God damn it, Toby.
got you, huh? You get a brief mental image of a weird type of undead you've not seen before. It's a skeleton with a forward-facing skull and then side-facing skulls, so it can see on its flanks. And it has a sword in each hand, and there's maybe 8 or 9 of them, and they are standing at like a ready-to-pounce pose, completely still, in every corner of that area, especially watching the staircase, which seems to be the only way in.
All right. Guess if it is our only option.
I wonder if he was an architecture major before he was radicalized into joining the Taliban. Do you know of any structural weak points in the manor? Any load-bearing columns?
Any termites reported in the last 10 years?
Let's see.
You can just find the inspection report.
Kate, do you have knowledge engineering?
Yes.
Roll it.
Okay.
Just you. You're the only one that can see the structure. That basement is a mixture of dwarven stonework, magical stone shaping, and Numerian architecture. It has survived the events that leveled the manor house above it. It has survived the massive fight between massive spellcasters that killed everyone in this town and caused giant rifts in the ground, sinkholes, buildings to be just flattened strangely. You would say that that wine cellar looks less damaged than the unnamed tomb, which has 1,000 years of monstrous protection buffs on it.
Horrifying.
That wine, someone, and you're pretty sure it was built purely to protect someone's booze supply.
Damn.
They committed to the bet.
They committed. They spent a lot of money. They were like, even if I die and everyone in this town dies and I end up chucked in a mass grave next to all the poors, my wine will be okay.
So you're telling me, Kate, that you believe this place would be resistant to the Silex that I linked in the chat 9 times?
Possibly.
Well,
Damn it.
It takes Numerian tech to destroy Numerian architecture, so it might work.
Oh, it could. It's possible. Worth a shot.
We gotta save that wine.
Ulfred, I'll tell you what the stroke pit is later.
We do.
It's a giant bag of holding with a smithy inside it.
Yeah, we deploy it whenever we make camp anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should just not told him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. Let's
Does
see
it
this
concern
time.
you, dear reader?
They bought it from Mayanda, I think.
Yeah.
I thought it was from
No, from
Chassel.
Kate's people.
Oh, Kate's. Yeah. It was at Chassel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Chassel Castle.
The Chassel Castle.
Haha.
Um,
I'm gonna call it that. Yep.
does anyone have any other questions that they'd like to ask? I got a few more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fish them out though.
Where is Oren Vrood getting his information about our team?
That's a good one.
Thanks. I want to know if we've got a mole. Good point, Alfred.
You try to conjure up memories of this man, and usually you're standing 20 or 30 feet away, and he's facing away from you. And you just keep trying to conjure up memories of listening or eavesdropping or conversations you had with him, and they're relatively few. There's a lot of conversations between the cultists that you pick up where they do actually whisper to each other. They have like their own sort of language that is both kind of encrypted and coded and whispered, and it's meant to be spoken whispered, and there's a lot of talk in that back and forth that doesn't make much sense to you. And every time you try to picture or speak to Orin Vrood, you have sort of a foreboding sense like you're about to step on another trap.
But we don't think there can be another phantasmal killer in there?
No,
Maybe
it'd
they're
be a
bone-
different spell.
Be like bone shatter. They love bone shatter.
They do.
You are
I don't
currently immune
suppose-
to dominate person, so at least there's
That
that.
works. Yeah.
And confusion.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's wore off. You're not immune to any of that. You're fucked.
No.
Oh,
Awesome. Would
But you've got
linguistic...
guidance until you trigger it, so.
That helps, thank you. Would linguistics do anything to pick up on their method of communication?
they are using such a complex code that you think you'd need a significant sample of it to crack it.
Okay. All right. Do you guys think we push harder in the Vrood direction, or do we go somewhere else? I'm willing to try it, but if there's something else we want first.
I think you exhaust everything else until we get to
Yeah.
that point, because that seems to be
Okay.
where the traps are going to lay the most.
Yeah. Okay. To the point that Elfrit made, I'm trying to memorize what I saw of the basement.
Okay.
What else do you guys want to know?
Let's see. Ask him if they have any contacts in Lepstad. Maybe
Mhm.
we can find out if they're working with anybody we know or anybody we've heard
Yeah.
of.
Sounds good. We'll do that.
Okay. You try to picture Lepstad, and you have a strange memory come to you.
Oh boy.
You are levitating or flying, and you're over Lepstad University. You're invisible, and you're zipping over campus at night at high speed. Your black and green robes whipping in the wind. And you approach a window, the second floor of the museum, and you see the windows in front of you are all shut, locked, fastened, reinforced with iron grating, extremely well built, and you see one of them crumple like it's paper as a huge blue-gray hand has poked through the window, lifted it up with relative ease, and you see the grimacing face of the beast of Lepstad peering at you through the window. And you see another hand come out holding something in its huge fist that looks so small. It's like a jelly bean in his hand. But he opens up his other hand, and there is a strange little green statue of some weird creature. And you pick it up and float away, and you see the beast just stare at you. You float away, and the memory
Orissa.
ends.
Fuck.
Does he look mind controlled?
The beast?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. Only has like two facial expressions, snarling and not snarling.
Yeah. But he
Dude.
wasn't snarling?
He was snarling.
You did mention something about not father giving orders back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've pretty much established he was being controlled by somebody to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's got the memory. What a fucking asshole.
him-
That's him.
Give him an extra kick for Rissa.
This guy received the object. He was The control mechanism you guys found for the beast
Wow.
is at Karamark. So this guy was in town to receive the item while Beast was being controlled from afar.
Well, he participated.
He
We're
did.
still mad at him.
Oh yeah, he still gets a kick.
Yeah.
Kick the suspect.
That's our friend. Other places they might have contacts.
Make a will save.
I didn't even say his name this time. Damn it.
And you get the
Fuck.
bonus from guidance.
Yeah.
Yep.
You make
Thanks.
it exactly.
Thank you,
You've
didn't I?
resisted a permanent curse that would give you -4 to attack rolls, saves, ability checks, and skill checks forever.
Wow.
Hope you guys know I love you.
You see Kate wince and hang on tight, almost let go.
Guidance.
Yeah. I'll assume you're putting that on her constantly.
Yep.
Thank you, didn't I?
Really makes you wonder what kind of emergency spells this guy has.
Yeah. Well, now that that one's cleared up, where else do you guys have contacts?
These cultists are so fucking stupid.
Yep.
All you need to do is put one teleport in the guy. And you're like, oh, he's answering questions? Alright, teleport him to space.
It's true.
But you could stop that with a dimensional anchor.
Yeah. Smart cultists, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kovira? Is she muted?
No, she just walked off.
That'll be her. When she gets back, she can do a spellcraft check. Or
Gotcha.
anybody else who buys it. Kate's busy, but everybody
had-
else who has it.
I had to throw something away, sorry.
I have
18.
-1. I'm gonna roll.
Danger, helping. I'm not gonna, if you roll danger, I'm not gonna apply the negative from your reverse help because no one will listen to you.
Makes it really funny when he has the right answer.
I assist Kovir when she rolls.
Okay.
I rolled.
Via, Dismas, Kovira, that time you felt the magical energy released from his... It came from somewhere inside his skull. And you think if you sit with a ready dispel magic, you could actually attempt to counterspell any other traps that go off on Kate.
Okay, I ready a
And
dispel.
Dinvaya just puts her
Thank you.
hands on Kate's shoulders from behind and casts guidance on her over and over and over for +1.
Thank you, guys.
Any other questions?
Try again. Yeah, I ask
Oh,
him the same
yeah.
one again, where his other contracts are since I've cleared the trap, unless you want to do something else first, Gaspar.
No, I was
Ah,
going to cast
shoot.
heroism on you, but it's already up from the last time I did it.
Oh,
Wait,
Thank
before you...
Yeah.
Hold on. I was gonna say before she asks more questions, I need to do a spell slot switch because
Okay.
I don't have
Dispel magics.
Yeah.
All right.
That item is
What
so
the
fucking
fuck?
useful.
I did. Why is it not showing me?
What's your problem?
It just wasn't showing me.
Yeah.
That was weird.
One of the good
Okay.
things about Pathfinder 2, Josh, is that cantrips do scale up better in that game. They heard that complaint and kind of fixed it.
I'm giving myself a charge back on the book because I did not. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's supposed to be shitty spells, but come on, scale them at least a 10th or something. Every 5 levels? Come on, let's do something.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. So, I'm sorry, please remind me the question.
locations of other contacts.
In Lepstad?
In and outside.
When you think about Lepstad, you feel another spell trap you're about to step on. And
Red alert.
the only memory you're seeing is Orin Vrood with his black mask on, standing like 10 feet away from you in slow motion. His hand is coming up, probably to cast Avada Kedavra at you.
And I will say that out loud. I'm seeing Vrood. Something bad's happening.
You say it out loud?
Yeah.
Swift action. I fucking blast you with prayer.
Thank you.
That's another +1. Okay.
Awesome. Keep pressing.
His hands come up, and the memory goes dark, but not completely dark. You are blasted in the face with darkness. So everything suddenly looks like midnight on a cloudless night. You can still see his glowing red eyes, but you are blasted in the face with shadow energy.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
The room goes dark for a second, and Kate, you can make a fort save with all of your many bonuses.
Oh, for
There's
fuck's
an
sake.
natural 1.
Reroll.
I
Yeah.
bestow upon Mandy my reroll. There you go.
Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
There's a friend.
Very true. We do.
With the bonuses, is
One-
that good?
The one with guidance, I don't have the buff to put on, but it should be another +1.
Oh, we should also get a dispel magic from Kovira to see if she can
Yep.
yank that out.
Yep.
Yep.
Kavira, you want to try to dispel?
Sorry.
That
I was ready.
Dispel magic is not good enough. You try to dispel it, and it is too strong. Caster level is way higher than 8th, which is what you got
Oh,
with
I didn't
your roll.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I needed to actually preempt with the caster level check. I realized
Yeah.
I did not do that. Can I? Too late? Okay.
So Kate's at 26, needs a 27. It's looking like she takes full
Oh, for
damage
God's
from
sake.
this. Unless prayer is not figured.
Prayer's in there.
Okay.
Trying to
prayer
see if
buff
there's
is
anything else.
on. Does it actually work?
Is
Yeah, it
Vrood
does.
consciously casting these through this guy, or is it just like a passive type of deal?
That's a really good question. Spellcraft.
Is it too late to cast Cat's Grace on myself?
Too late.
Okay.
You want it now?
For the next time, sure.
That would be a reflex save, not fort.
Yeah, it's a force
Oh, yeah, he's right.
I don't know what happened. I assessed other
Trying to
people who are
boost my
smart with-
AC, I suppose.
You do assist.
My AC is lower than normal. Anyway. It's
Danger-
okay, I can take 95.
Leave it
Oh,
to the ranger to ask this really good question. Well, Danger is very familiar with trap setting. And the trick to trap setting is having enough traps to put in the places you need to put them without spending too much money on the traps, frankly. And what Danger is seeing here is like a dude putting out fucking gold-plated mithril bear traps everywhere in a circle in the woods around this dude's mind. It's so, you're right, it's unbelievably expensive. Is he casting these right now from afar through scrying? There could be a connection. It could be that the cultists are connected in some way. And what's actually happening is it might actually be pulling Vrood's current spell slots.
Is this guy undead?
Nope.
We could take him to the Aura. He will be in a mage's private sanctum. They cannot find him anymore. And then we
Yeah.
won't get lasered anymore.
We'll have our,
The Aura
Yeah.
might kill him,
Oh.
even though he's not undead. He's whispering away. He's
Oh.
very evil.
Harrison. Harrison's taking the hit.
I'm gonna take the hit
oh, God,
for the
Dismas.
reason that you have to sift through more mind junk and don't have a way to stand there and otherwise heal yourself. So let me take this.
Oh,
and
we
delete
got
it with some
shitloads
Way
of healing if
Hands.
you want to save
Listen,
that, buddy.
How much can you take?
I can take everything.
You take all 95?
All 95.
Okay. Do you have any cold resistance?
Negatory.
Okay. You just eat 95 damage then. Okay. You, in your mind's eye, you see a sort of ghostly version of Dismas jump between you and Arenvrud for a second. And Dismas doesn't even try to avoid it. He just takes it full force in the chest. And you see him kind of shiver and bring his arms in and kind of hold himself. That's the coldest you've ever felt in your entire life.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry,
heal you.
Dismas. Thank you.
I heal you 9, Dismas. Ask him again. Ask him again.
Let's keep going.
Okay, I'll ask him again. I still want to know.
Heal Dismas to full first. So then...
Yeah.
Oh, Bear's Endurance? That's very
Anna?
smart, Alfred.
I'm.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I was muted. Take this, Miss Kate.
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
Natural 20.
Thank you.
Roll out.
Damn.
Thank you, Alfred. Oh, God. I'm trying to get to the buff.
High war bonds.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Toby, I have a scroll of Bear's Endurance. I cast it on Kate.
Oh, Alfred was going to pop it from spells if you want to save that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Alfred has Bear's Endurance these days. But good thinking. And Dinvai, I still have you standing, like, touching her for when I chain lightning. I want to make sure you know I get you too.
For when?
If we have...
I
if
got
we
electric resistance. Bring it on, bitch.
If we have any more pro energy or buffs or anything like that, we should just go ahead and spend all of it. Sid, how many,
I have
many
these.
teleports you got?
Just one because I never switched it to 2.
That's okay.
Sorry, that was my iron alarm.
Iron alarm.
Iron alarm.
Protection from evil. Communal.
Is there a
Oh,
spell?
good
Is
enough.
there like a version of Dispel Magic that's better at some point?
Greater Dispel?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I
It's-
guess I just need to think of it net greater.
It's always a caster level check though, which is always a roll. It's
Yeah.
very RNG. Unless you have
Got it.
exactly the spell they're casting, and then you automatically cancel them. No
Right,
roll.
right,
But
yeah. I
Dispel
definitely know
Magic
that
is the
shit.
more difficult way to do it. It's very random.
Yes.
You should
but,
think
okay,
of it
just
as every time you counter with Dispel, you've got like a 40% chance of canceling it.
Yeah. Okay.
Could she cast it as a higher level spell and have a better chance?
And it still goes off caster level.
It's a caster level check, yeah. It's not a DC.
It's literally caster versus caster, and in this case, the other caster is higher level.
Oh, yeah. I would have to get really lucky, and he would have to be really unlucky with his number.
Like I said, I think you have like a 35 or 40% chance of canceling his stuff.
It's
It's
not
worth
awful.
trying.
Yes. And so when I do Dispel Magic, it looks like it is rolling its own, just to be clear. Yeah.
You could take that out and you could manually roll it if that would be more fun.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
might do that.
Okay.
I might do that next time.
All
Why
right.
not? So just declaring that now, so we all
Heard.
remember. Thank you.
Heard, Jeff. Fuck you, Gary.
Heard, Chef. Yes.
I
Do you
dropped
have
a...
more Dispel... Oh, sorry, what, Josh?
No, I was just gonna say I dropped a Pro Evil on everybody.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks. Okay, cool.
Alfred will give Shield of Faith to Miss Kate as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not sure if evil plus the save applies, because I'm not sure if this guy's really that evil.
I can haste
Your
the party.
butt is evil. Go screw yourself.
Wow.
I'm hasty.
I think
yes.
it's only mind affecting spells for pro
Yeah.
evil, but because it's being cast out of a dude's mind, that should be everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
rule Slayer that all this is mind affecting. So
Okay. Okay.
It sure is affecting my mind, to be fair.
Okay.
it's a mentalist connection to a mentalist
No.
with minds connected to people's minds and stuff.
No.
It's all mind affecting.
I
Okay.
push the button again.
Push that button. You attempt to conjure again. Are there any other whispering way in? You said Lepstad?
Yep. Where are they getting their information?
You're not sure, but you think this guy doesn't necessarily know them in particular. The cult compartmentalizes information very well. And you feel not exactly blocked, but you feel sort of vindicated just by the level of secrecy involved with the answer to this question. The answer is he doesn't know and nobody he knows knows, but somebody he knows knows. And so the answer is probably yes. There
There's a
probably
rat
are
somewhere.
Whispering Way agents in Lepstadt.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be a little bit everywhere.
Wait,
And
you said
there's
nobody he knows, but somebody he knows?
Yeah, like nobody, he doesn't know who the people in Lepstadt are, but Oren Vrood or some other level of Whispering Way operative probably. You think the answer is yes? There are other Whispering Way agents in Lepstadt, but this guy doesn't know their names or locations or descriptions. And remember, they have the cultists who were like sworn in. They have all this bullshit protection in their skulls, and they're like a full member of the cult. And then there's people like Estovion who have just been either extorted or blackmailed or whatever to assist the cult. There's a lot of those too.
Yeah. I'm curious in this line of thought if he knows anyone who has passed any information on our team. Like Estovion, you said, was manipulated into it. Did he give them stuff on us? Was it like he knows our names? And I feel like we're usually more discreet than that, so I don't think it was our fuck up. I don't know. Unless the bird squad has been following us longer than we thought. Sorry, bird force.
Those damn birds, I tell you. Bird Force. Man, Bird Force 6
If, like,
really had a hard time.
Yeah.
With
Or we find out LePew's been bad the whole time or something.
Yes.
I mean, we kind of knew that when I cut the head off that teenage boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a little much.
It was.
God, the one session I missed is referenced.
You
so
12
much.
gauged a shoplifter.
I know.
Remember when I killed a child? Yeah.
And then I called you out on it, and you punched me in the face.
Whoa.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20 to hit you in the face.
That's
It's
just
true.
Look, that's Graham's leadership style. You know, you should see him at GBSC when he's running the grad student council.
Yep.
Punch him.
They don't fucking cross me.
Yeah, they all have bloody noses.
Yep.
Let's see.
Ask-
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was Daramid all along.
That'd be
Yeah.
fucked.
Definitely.
Pyramid.
The perfect cover, honestly.
Go rogue and fight our boss.
God.
God.
Pyramid.
What
Is
else
it
we got, guys?
Is it worth asking about Vorkstag and Grind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were they involved?
You get a memory of the smell. Kate instantly recognizes the smell of the Chemic Works, where Vorkstag and Grind kept all their corpses.
The worst smell.
And you hear a voice saying, yes, the perfect cover. And you can see several people dressed like Whispering Way agents being given a room-by-room tour of the Chemic Works. And they are there to... They look at the room full of corpses. You see a bunch of Chemic zombies staring at you in the dark, including Costine. And that's the memory.
As if we needed another reason to hate them. Oh, God. What direction do you want to push?
We should find out more about the anything we can find out about their forces in Feldgrau. What was shooting that
Yeah.
gun? They got a zombie with a gun?
Mm-hmm. We'll circle back to the gun.
The gun? Which gun?
There was a gun that was shot at the werewolves
Demon wolves.
when they were
Ah.
leaving.
You have a vision of mass graves in Feldgrau, family graves, sort of hastily constructed pits and other things that were used to just dispose of an entire town's worth of dead hastily by whoever ended up with that grisly task. And then you see a different sort of graveyard with beautifully carven stones,
No.
beautiful wrought iron work, much more detailed and extravagant expenditures on the graveyard, although it's still rusted and rotted and abandoned by the town. And the graves that were dug up were expensive caskets for definitely really wealthy individuals. There's a handful of them. And out of a couple of them, you can see corpses being pulled out of very expensive caskets that are heavily armored and have what looks like high-level adventuring gear.
Well, that's not good.
Nice-looking rifle on one of them, pistols, armor, cool-looking hats. A mask that looks like a skull with glowing red eyes.
How many fancy undead?
Half a dozen at most. Most of the undead memories that Kate gets are of mass graves with lots of skeletons and zombie class of bodies inside.
Was that Vrood's mask that they pulled out of someone else's grave?
No.
Okay. Just another skeleton-looking thing. Okay.
They got a few of them. They love skeletons.
They do have a theme.
Other than the pallbearers and the fire giant, are there any other special undeads they are creating?
Yeah, good one. We'll ask that.
Fire giant mentioned.
You see them making the big ones that haul massive amounts of undead, the chain undead, the diggers, the sword ones with the 3 heads. And you hear and smell you smell burning sulfur and hear explosions, and you have a memory of flaming skeletons, which are a common, easy type of undead to create, like 1 or 2 hit dice. But being bolstered by having their chests filled with broken pieces of rusted wrought iron and sharpened rocks, things like that, so that they are essentially walking frag bomb fiery skeletons.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad we know about that ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. And you even hear them given a completely stupid and infantile name, something like Operation Skelly Bomb.
Ah,
Damn,
that's a throwback.
that's very funny.
You think he would, can you get him to go real Sun Tzu and ask him where they're stretched thin or vulnerable in Feldgrau?
Yeah, let's do that. Vulnerabilities, all sorts, whatever weaknesses they have.
Okay. His memory is of the southwestern or southern half of Feldgrau being the first place they looked for corpses, so they dug everything up and built undead out of those to defend themselves against the wolves, etc., etc. But that part of town, they seem to have lighter patrols in. They seem to have fewer undead in because they've already just dug everything up. There's no more looting to do. There's no more graves to rob. That side of town's pretty dead, so to speak. Southwestern quarter.
Gotcha.
Good to know. What about weaknesses of the undead themselves that we haven't yet thought of? Like the big ones, do they have any Achilles heels we don't know about?
The only thing you'll glean from this guy, and you feel that even asking this question triggers several defensive spells that would hurt him that have already been triggered by other things.
Right.
And you can feel what's left of his mind trying to resist giving away their secrets, but they exert control over undead over a wider area and with more ease, and therefore they can control more undead, and they can control them more acutely, and they can see and hear through them to a greater extent than you guys have been trained to believe is possible by necromancers. They are better and more capable at controlling undead than you ever heard was possible at Grave Charge or wherever you were trained to kill undead. These guys are on another level. So as long as the Whispering Way operatives are awake and conscious, they know what the undead know, and the undead will behave very smartly.
Got it. Correct, Alfred.
Alright, so we kill some fucking losers wearing bathrobes, and then the zombies get dumber.
That's
Yep.
true.
Easy.
That's another way to say it. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you
can't
think
wait. That'll be good.
You think they're ready for our Air Force? They've been fighting a bunch of fighters with wings for months. Like, oh no, the fighters have wings. All right, how about a fireball from 800 feet? I thought I
them
saw a
from
little
orbit.
goblin fly, but they're dead. What a horrible way to die.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Anything
What a great
else
way
we
to
need?
fight.
Yeah. See if you can get a count from him on how many of the big ones, how many big pallbearers.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of work for them to make.
You suspect. Tough to tell them apart. It's just racist against hill giants, but they have been dead a long time. There's probably 2 pallbearers. You think there's only 1 fire giant. I think they've got several more chain dudes. They have a lot more. They have several more of the digging types. You know, half a dozen of the exploding fire guys. And they have several more of the leftover, like 1,000-year-old Shining Crusade ghouls.
Wonderful.
Hooray.
We love those guys.
Shitloads
We do,
of crows.
don't we?
Perhaps the worst, the crows.
Okay,
I'm scared of those.
Oh, go on.
Sorry, it was a dumb joke.
I was gonna say I'm tracking. My force report is 2 pallbearers, 1 fire giant, a few chain dudes, a few of them digger guys, several more leftover Shining Crusade ghouls, 5 or 6 adventurers with weird shit, and then 7 or 8 spellcasters, many crows, and many shitty zombies.
8 to
Seems
10
right.
spellcasters is worst estimate we've heard so far.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, you did say 8 to 10. Okay.
All in a day's work for us. So we know the amount and types. We know where they're at. We know Vrood sucks and is more powerful than we anticipated, even at this distance. They can see everything the undeads can see. What are we missing?
Home.
Did we ask about the ritual that they're doing? Anything about around that?
No.
Let's go that way. Tell us about the ritual.
You know that you get a memory of him receiving a description of the weird little turquoise statue the beast handed him. And you remember his memory of turning it over in his hands to make sure it's exactly the right thing. And you see him wrap it up very carefully in a padded thing and put it in sort of a case that protects it. And sling it. Someone else takes it and slings it on their back like a backpack. You notice that there is another similar backpack in the group already. And then by the time you're marching across Ardeel, there are 3 of those backpacks. Total. And somewhere in Feldgrau, you know you're in the streets of Feldgrau because of that ankle-deep mud, and it's cold, and it has this smell, and there's the thump of huge undead nearby somewhere. And you see those Whispering Way agents with those backpacks on, mounting up on magically summoned horses and riding south out of Feldgrau.
Right.
Row.
I don't suppose he's seen what's in the other ones. I know we've got the statue, the heart. Do we know what's the third one?
The soul of the warden.
The soul. Yeah, okay.
He has memories of being at Ravengrove, but his job was to cast some boring ritual component spell over and over again while standing on the east side of Harrowstone, and he didn't really see what it led to, but he helped put up the wards. This guy did. He helped put up the wards that pulled the warden's ghost out.
He is connected to so many of the shitty things we have dealt with.
Yeah.
So did those bags contain the warden's soul and the statue and the pack lord's heart? Or did they get like 3 statues? Like, did they triple up? Because he said that those... At one point, he was the only person with a bag.
That's true.
The only object he remembers specifically handling himself was the effigy, which he took from the beast, put in a box, and gave to somebody else.
And which, when did he first see those other backpacks? Marching across Ardeel, you said?
Yeah. Okay, you feel a couple more spells that have already been triggered. You realize as you're watching his memories that it's his mind that triggers them. They're traps inside his head that he has been programmed as a cultist.
Right.
It's like the self-flagellation thing, whipping yourself.
Yeah.
As soon as he knows he's about to give something away to you, he tries to activate the lightning bolt in his skull, but it's gone.
All right. Let's push harder on that then. We're going in the right direction.
You have a memory of riding on a riverboat and seeing some goblins try to swim towards you from the beach.
No.
And you see some of the other cultists kind of doing their version of laughing. They're kind of humorless, but they kind of whisper amongst themselves and cast some spells at the goblins who like freak out and run back to the shore. And they keep sailing upriver. And then you have a vision of one of those backpacks just on somebody's back while you guys are standing around a town, and someone is securing, either renting or buying horses from some very rural town. And you can see on a nearby porch, you can see Danger passed out in a rocking chair with 2 bottles empty laying on the deck next to him. And the cult looks at him for a moment and then walks by.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
That was before the devil in gray was killed. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they've taken all their best shit south. They're setting up somewhere. Does he know where those gooners were going to the south?
Yeah,
No.
let's push that way.
No.
Guess
He
we
doesn't
track
know?
them.
Kate, make a. You're not being attacked, but make a will save.
Okay.
You managed to wrestle a memory from him that he tried to repress, to forget.
Nice try, bud.
And it is that they went through a lot to take over Karamark. They actually lost a person up there. One of them died attacking Karamark. Killed by Karamark's defenses. The Promethean ripped them to pieces.
Nice job.
Yep.
I don't think we found that corpse.
Oh no. All the pieces of it went into the falls. And so in his mind, they went through a lot to take over Karamark. Then he gets sent back to town and he's told, go receive the item. And they normally would put a bunch of different protections on it, but the effigy just received protection against like breakage. Like it was, the case that it was in was magically reinforced to resist fire, water, moisture, crushing. But the effigy itself, you held it in your hands. It did nothing. It was nothing. It was a stupid little primal sculpture of some backwater culture. It had no powers. You couldn't imagine why it was useful. And at some point you dared to ask, and he was so tormented and punished and essentially magically whipped and beaten for asking. But basically, he did discern that the effigy that he and the beast stole is not part of the ritual. It is to trade somewhere else for the actual item that's needed.
Holy shit.
It had the power to pull the room together. Yes, Josh.
Yes.
Dude, shut
needed.
the fuck up. That's so funny.
Stupid. Yeah, it really
Oh,
pulled the
man.
room together. Yeah.
Well,
So it's
Does he
valuable
know-
to somebody.
Does he know who they're
Yeah.
going to trade it to?
yeah, let's see.
It rode away south, but after that, he was afraid to ever ask any more questions about it.
Understandable, if annoying.
So some ancient culture, because that was like a really old backwater effigy, if I remember right.
Knowledge history.
It was from
All
the
I said-
Gooners.
Born to goon.
ISS Kate.
Natural
Can I roll
one.
right now?
Kovira still helps. You still help.
It's still, yeah.
Kai, on the other
Hi.
hand, is.
Oh my god, guys.
Jesus.
Take it away.
Foundry was like, no,
Man.
wait, you're not supposed to get
Sorry.
consecutive 20s.
We should have gotten a fight. I'd have kicked y'all's asses.
Instead, we got like 3 ones in a row.
In my defense, I'm distracted by the horrors.
Yeah.
I would be too.
That was some bad rolls.
Gaspar, you vaguely recall it being of importance to some race of intelligent but less culturally sophisticated than the Ustalavians, but they live in Ustalav. It's thought to be part of their culture. It's a really ancient artifact, and it's in worship of some evil god that's been dead for thousands of years. Like it is technically useless and meaningless to the current era unless you care about history and culture. If you're an anthropologist, it's very valuable.
Who was that one the other gods killed? Was really evil? Was it Rovagug? Or was it a different one?
Rovagug is trapped. Supposedly trapped. Sarenrae and the others trapped him inside the earth or in the void. But he was trying to destroy the planet, and they trapped him in the void somewhere. Chucked him in a black hole.
I'll do it.
He was like, I'm bulletproof and got DR 100. And Saren Ray's like, cool, get in this black hole, see how much DR you got.
He's just in there and bored.
Take 1 million per second.
One of Elber's favorite stories in the Sarah and Ray Children's Bible.
So he has no clue where these people are going that are going south?
Yeah. He don't have no clue.
If
But
we head south and look out for weird local cultures and ask for something like that, we'll find them.
Mm-hmm.
But what you said, Toby?
I was going to say, if we look at... Let's see, I'm pull you guys over to the Usalov map. You are at Feldgrau in a region called the Furrows when people lived in it. And south of you is a huge mountain range, but there are rivers immediately southeast of Feldgrau, like a few miles away, that you could cross to a town called Carrion Hill, and those rivers go south across a region of Uslav. I don't think any of you have ever been to. Southeastern Uslav is called Soivida, but there's different counties. Versex County, Old Khazar County is really just the mountains. And then Varno County is just the swamps on the eastern edge, but there's a lot of lakes and rivers to the southeast.
We could ride a boat down there. So
Well, we can track them.
we know what they're looking for here in Feldgrau. We know where they are weakest. They're weakest in the southwest. We have a general force report on them. And we know that part of them went south with some valuable shit.
So if their goal is not to do the ritual here, the party doing that's moving south, what the hell are they doing here? Just beating the shit out of demon wolves?
I think they're looking for the shards of the innocent.
Building their
Which-
army.
We don't know what that is exactly, but it's some kind of... See if he knows exactly what that's going to look like.
Yeah, what exactly is that looking? What is
Yeah.
their exact goal and where the fuck we're at?
Is it
Yep,
the
all of
fragments
that.
of the sword that Iomadai had before she was a god?
Don't know about that, but you struggle, and you're gonna have to make another will save against him. He resists that very much.
No.
Okay, let's
Stop
see.
resisting.
Stop resisting. That's a pretty good one. Ooh, a natural 2 from him.
Doing one better than us right now.
So he resists, but what you get is servants, undead, and other less powerful Whispering Ways servants drilling into the skulls. They separate out the skulls and they drill into the skulls and bring out, it's like a little cylinder of bone from the core of the skull. And they combine those in some way into this greater item. They combine pieces of all of them, and they're doing this hundreds and hundreds of times to where slowly something is forming and you can't really see what it is. He's just not even in the room when it's being made. But he one time sees a sketch of something that he thinks he knows. You can feel in his memory that he knows he shouldn't be seeing it. And he sees a crude charcoal sketch on a piece of paper of a crown where there are spikes going up from it and there are spikes going in. And if anybody put this crown on, it would kill them because it would impale their brain with these inward pointing spikes. And it is made out of the bones of literally hundreds of dead people from Feldgrau.
Good lord.
And that's all he's seen is a sketch of it.
Horrifying.
And Kate, whether you interpret it from him or think of it yourself, you realize you were looking at the sketch of the Carrion crown.
Oh, fuck. We finally got a title drop.
Saran Ray fucking Christ.
Kate immediately takes one hand off of him, demands paper and pencil, and you guys have the Adamaris notebook close hand, and she takes a piece of burnt wood off the ground and rapidly sketches what you guys now have in the notes on the captured cultist.
Excellent.
God damn. Good work.
Can't believe we got a title drop.
That was awesome.
Only took 2
Title-
years.
Yeah, it took 2 years and we're 10th.
Oh.
What can I say? They're secretive. They're pretty fucking secretive.
You made us work for that.
Yeah.
We could have just quit asking him questions like half an hour ago.
Yep. I tried to blow you up.
You know. We are too stubborn for that.
That's true. Kai points out that we got the Carrion Crown title drop before Grand Theft Auto 6, which is sad.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
fuck.
Well, I'm glad we asked about it.
Yeah. What else can we probe into while we're this deep?
How was your relationship with your mother?
Orphan.
This might be a long shot, but should we ask if there's any known vulnerabilities within the cult, like things that make the higher ups nervous?
It's a good one.
The number one
Yeah, that was a
thing,
good
you can draw
question.
this from your own experience and a little from his memories. The thing the cult fears the most is attention. That's why they are the way they are, the way they're called the Whispering Way. They bake into every part of their culture and everything they do absolute secrecy, anonymity, subtlety, because this country hates or thinks it remembers hating Tarbafon. It vaguely remembers what life was like 1,000 years ago. It doesn't remember as well as it should, honestly. It's had nobles running it for all that time, and it's sort of forgotten how much it should fear him. But the Whispering Way has never forgotten what happened to Tarbafon. After 600 years of running this country, not only 3 other countries, but something like 6 other countries, and at least 4 major religions united. Basically, the whole continent came for him. And they got him at great cost, but they got him. And so the Whispering Way, what they learned from that is they need to be incredibly subtle and quiet about it until the day he actually comes back, and then they'll go loud.
Have you seen this cultist posters posted all over town?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, real life cultists from our world are not nearly so subtle.
No.
They can do their Tarbafon salutes on TV and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But in this world, They're paladins, and God help you if you get 4 different religions worth of paladins to unite and come after you. It's a lot of smite.
Do we have any friends competent enough to detain this man? In case we ever want to ask him anything else? Because if we had 2 teleports, Kovira could teleport somewhere and then chain him up with those people and then teleport back. Yeah, Kendra maybe, but...
Can we secure him in the aura?
And we want to give her
That
a
would probably kill him.
He's also... Yeah, he's going to be a werewolf in like 3 days, too.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I forgot about that. And if we cure his
about-
werewolf, he's going to be a
What-
fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
What about new best friends Sylvia and Vex? They're just up the road.
Yeah, they're pretty
Would they get
hands-off.
involved?
25 gold a day, sure.
Could we turn him over to Adamaris?
He already had him. He gave him to you.
Yeah.
He was planning on just eliminating it.
Let's the Brisa hold him with the Vilcuses.
Oh, we think they'd agree to do that?
I don't know.
We get him back there that soon?
If we have a teleport to take him wherever we want, I'm trying to think of.
I mean, on the other hand, his information is only ever going to get more outdated.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of asking him shit we would like to know. Like we've been interrogating this guy for 2 real life hours. I think we've done a pretty good job. It's just in case we miss something.
It'd be nice to have an option.
Yeah, but we could also just shoot him in the head. I think that's a fine idea.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
Dismiss, wait till we've made sure, please.
I'm just picturing Kate's face splattered with blood.
Not again.
All right, hear me out, Cap. What if the cult fears knowledge that they're existing and working, if they fear exposure, we take this guy back to Leopardshot. The judge does whatever she wants to, but she can start blowing the case for the cult open, hardcore. That would twofold possibly have a place for him to be held that's safe. Maybe. That's a maybe. But also, it starts getting the country aligned towards, hey, the Whispering Way is back and they're doing awful shit. They're wanting to bring the tyrant back. That might unite some more forces against these guys.
And before Usalav votes Tarbafon back into power.
Mm-hmm.
They
It's a
forgot
good
how
idea.
bad it was.
It's
Sorry.
a good idea if we, the thing is that if it really is pulling from Orin Vrood's spell slots every day, then like anyone who goes into a room and is like, you put fucking like Chris Hansen in a room with this guy, and he's like, "Is the Whispering Way a real danger?" And then Chris Hansen gets fucking phantasmal killered on TV. Like, they can't hold this motherfucker. And also
Create more fear.
He's gonna turn into a werewolf. Like, I think we should do what you're saying we should do, but I think if we give him to Lepstad, we run the chance of having like a bunch of cops dying to 5th and 6th level attack spells, and also maybe turning into werewolves.
Yeah, that was like I say. I don't know if that's possible, but the fact that we can give Daramid actual evidence. Here's a fucking cultist. The culty wolties are being little bitches and trying to do this stuff. We need to start waking people up to this and uniting the region and country to what's going on.
Yeah, I think you're
What
right.
about the paladins we left at Northgard?
Oh God.
Could we like enlist their help?
Immune to lycanthropy.
Immune to competence too. Let's be real.
What?
And I mean,
A couple
what's
of
the
them
worst?
are okay.
A couple of them are function. I mean, just getting like deveined in their hideout because they're.
Well, they got really good saves.
I was gonna say they got paladin saves. So.
Yeah. Well, how about this, Kovira? Could you switch your spells to have 2 teleports, to teleport there and then teleport back?
Yes.
Oh. Are you comfortable being a round trip flight for a monster man and 2 of your friends?
Yeah.
You're an
You'll
airline
have to call
marshal
me
today.
Kovera.
Kovera, god damn it. Oh, you. Let's see.
I can go with in case we need to probe his mind to prove anything to them.
Yeah, you're good at diplomacy too, to convince these guys not to just kill him on sight.
Thank you.
Okay.
Probably send like Kai or Dismas or Gaspar for some muscle.
Hey, Toby.
Yeah.
It's showing me I have -1 open slot. Here, hold on, let me see. Oh, I know what happened. All right, don't listen to me. No, that makes no.
What?
Oh,
more than-
elemental body's a domain spell.
Yeah.
I can't. I already used Overland Flight.
I'm more than happy to tag along with you guys.
You gotta rest.
Yeah, we have to rest before I.
You want relax, you?
Oh, actually, yes. That's a great idea.
Kinda sucks to not have Overland Flight. Yeah, it's fine.
Just to keep things easy, Anna's going to keep relax you in the slot, but I'll spend a battery for you.
Good catch, Alfred.
Actually, Sid, what you can do is if Elfrip gives you the relax you and you'll rest in 2 hours, you can change a spell to Overland Flight, cast it, so then you have it up for the next 10 hours, or however long,
I don't
and
think she
then
can change any more spells today.
Yeah.
Of that level.
Oh. Well, you're just gonna walk with us piss-headed idiots.
I still have I think it's still active until. When did I do it? Hold on.
Yeah, it should be. I don't think we've been up. Because we rested at 7 a.m. And then
Yeah.
1
Just about to go
p.m. we
down.
left.
Yeah.
We're down to 6:30 p.m. now.
Yeah, I can't.
So you're 5 hours into your Overland Flight?
You'll be fine. You don't need to fly.
Yeah.
I have a scroll of Overland Flight if we need it. To save you a slot.
Casual. No, it's okay.
But can she only travel? How many people can she take with her if she's using Overland Flight to get there?
No.
She'd have to use teleport. Overland Flight will not get her there.
It's gonna
I
be,
just
it's
wanted
gonna
it
be
for other-
teleport. This is a luxury question.
All right, Alfred is like, Miss Clavera, bend down, please. Come here. Okay, put this on. It's super cool.
So fucking
It's
loud.
Brady Bean, isn't it?
It's tough.
Subtle.
Okay. So we will sleep, or she will rest in this place for 2 hours. We will defend her in this area. And when she wakes up, she can take 3 people. One of them's going to be the cultist. I guess we shouldn't just teleport the cultist into their midst.
Let me know.
Okay, it'll be me, Kate, Kovira, and Kai. If that team sounds good to everyone. And then Denvaya, Danger, Dismas, and Elfrip. Keep an eye on this cultist, and if the shit gets too hot, like if they come for him, just kill him and leave. Do not try to rebuff any assault from the main Whispering Way force. Just kill him and get out.
What? You're not going to teleport with him?
I thought about it, but shouldn't we give them some notice? Or shouldn't we, give them some notice before we teleport like a 12th level wizard who's turning into a werewolf just like into Daramid's office? Like, he'll
We
be all
should,
manacled and we'll be there.
You are
but
Deputy Uslov Marshals. You can show up to any town in the country,
Yeah.
kick everyone out of the jail, say, give me the keys to your jail, throw him in there, lock him up, and tell him to throw a bag of rations at him once a day from at least 50 feet away. Like, you can commandeer facilities in any town in the country with your current ranks.
Stick him in Cortod?
Oh, no, I mean, you don't, but you could. Like, as far as giving anybody warning, you're marshals now. You can just show up and go, hey, we got to deal with this.
we would also have to, go ahead.
Okay.
We would also have to burn more charges of teleport if we were going to come back and get him, so we might as well just take him.
That was my point. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Well, let's teleport to here. I will... Gaspar will copy Adamaris's notes. And also page 21 of the Timmy mystery log that details all the answers that we have gone over with this guy.
Okay.
And
the sketch?
And the sketches. We'll copy all of that down. We teleport into the jail. And we demand that this man be imprisoned. We give them instructions. Throw his food at him from 50 feet away. Don't let him talk to
No,
Christine.
I mean, that's what you do if you were at Cortot. If you put him, if you
that magic room.
If you give him to, well, that's true. Cephas does have an anti-magic room.
Sorry to cut you off, Tony.
Death Ward, I see, Josh. Yeah, if you give him to a regular human settlement, they are gonna have a hard time holding him because of the werewolf thing. You could cause a outbreak of lycanthropy in Cortot or really anywhere.
Yeah.
It's as contagious as ghoul fever, and the symptoms are basically the same. You'd be indistinguishable from just leaving a ghoul somewhere.
That's kind of what I was worried about.
But you give him to a community of people who are immune to that outcome. And also hate the cult. And have good saves. And understand magic.
Where did these paladins hang out? Like at
Northgard. I took over Northgard.
Oh, they took over Northgard.
Yeah.
I meant Sabrisa, but also the paladins. The broken ones would have no trouble holding this guy indefinitely.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning as well.
The paladins,
I think,
basically same features.
We like Sabrisa more than we like the paladins.
Would Sabrisa allow Daramid and other Lepstadt officials, like, would they help coordinate? We're trying to raise awareness of this cult. Would the Broken Ones officiate that?
That would be a major diplomatic thing to arrange. First of all, the Broken Ones would have to be willing to take him, transport him to Lepstadt, which means they'd have to be willing to go to Lepstadt, which means they would need assurances that they are not going to be harassed or imprisoned or treated like monsters there, and they would that would be kind of a big undertaking.
I revoke my stance and vote for the paladins.
Because it's easier. On the other hand,
because we are discriminated against, and I don't trust that.
Yeah. Well, Daramid could make it happen, but remember, this is the town that wanted to burn the beast. They were more than happy to do that. And
I don't want to subject them to that.
The other side of it is if you lock him up at Northgard, he's really inaccessible to Lepstadt or anywhere else. Northgard's in a weird part of super rural north central Ustalav. It's far from Lepstadt. It's far from Artis. It's infinitely far from Caliphus or anything else. So if he's incarcerated in Shudderwood, he's close to Lepstadt at least. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys do there. I'd say just shoot him.
I am thinking about just
The
shooting.
GM says just shoot him.
Let's just stick him in. Let's stick him in Northgard because I think the paladins are as well equipped as the werewolves to handle him. I think they probably know more about undead. I think that they have less going on. Werewolves have apparently a shocking amount of werewolf politics going on at this time.
Not anymore.
And I say we just dump him with the paladins.
Yeah, they can move and groove to Lepstad if necessary, if inappropriate. A little bit easier than our wolf friends. I know it's a far ride, but they could if it was appropriate.
I also just think it doesn't really matter. Like, whenever we move him again, we're going to teleport him. And he can't be... So he's either got to be with the werewolves or with the paladins, and it doesn't really matter which one has him.
True.
My worry is...
Go ahead, Kate.
Daramid, how do we get her to hear all of this? Like, can we send word for her to go to Northgard to go talk to the paladins? What's the easiest way to get her apprised of the situation?
We'll just have them send... We'll copy down all these notes and give them to the paladins and ask that they send a note to Daramid. Send a copy of all that to Daramid. And then she can... I mean, I can't imagine that she would go and look at him herself. And I can't imagine that she would send anyone else. Because we're the people she sends.
Right.
You are the people she sends. It's true.
The only other part of this is if we want to do any brokering with spellcaster help from Sabrisa, we could knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Give the cultists to the werewolves. Broker help from them.
That is a good point. Yeah, maybe we should take her to Sabrisa.
Here's the cultist, here's proof of what they can do and why we need your help to fight them, otherwise they're going to wipe out everyone.
I mean, they already know all that. Just see what they say when we tell them we got them cornered.
Yeah. Tell her even the demon wolves have agreed to consider. It seemed like he was considering helping us.
I got a plan he gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's take him to Sabrisa then.
Okay. So you're going to teleport from here to Shutterwood?
Yeah, the broken one's part of it.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
Butts held on to.
Did they leave that board game with us? I sure hope so.
What do you mean, Kings and Tyrants?
The best game ever made?
Who goes on the teleport? Kovira, obviously.
Me. Oh, wait.
Badman. Kai's going with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we have enough. It's Kate, Cap, Kovira.
Oh, okay. I'll stay
the bad guy.
I'll play some game.
Ooh, okay. I'll rotate Kai over here. Kai over here. And then we do this. And,
With a total score of 29, Danger wins Kings and Tyrants by I Know a Guy.
Okay, so let's see. That's gonna be a Kovira and Gaspar and Kate and weird little man.
The weird little man.
And they teleport all the way over to Shutterwood. Let's see, do I still have? Oh yeah, I do.
I wave at Arno as our tokens pass by.
Ah.
Aw. Family bonding.
Yeah.
They teleport out into Shutterwood. Kovira, where in Shutterwood do you remember? There's a number of campsites you stayed at one night. Chassel is a very safe landing spot. Ascanor Lodge is a very safe landing spot.
I do Chastel.
Ascanor's closer.
Oh, is it? Okay. Then I'll do Ascanor.
Okay. You appear in your old rooms at Ascanor and very much upset some nobles who are in there having a lovely time.
Hope not having a lovely time.
Well, we're not going to go into it, but you immediately...
You idiot! Get out of my way!
Yes. You guys show some ID, and immediately the people are greeted with...
Yeah.
Should I...
I cuffed the shit out of the prisoner. Hey, quiet down there, boy.
Should I go back to
You
looking
did
like
that
a
with
person?
a roll of newspaper.
Yeah.
In Ascanor, probably. Probably person.
Yeah.
Is smooth.
Yep.
You guys go downstairs
hide.
where you are met by some Bryans and Beckys, maybe a Jamie. And you see what you... Well, this group doesn't know. But you notice that there's something a little different about this Brian. He's like, welcome back.
The high Bryans.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Bryans.
Bring me back a Jamie, says Dinvaya. Okay.
Wow.
Classy. And he's like, I didn't hear you guys come in the gate.
Yes.
What can we say? We're subtle.
Well, we don't have your usual room available for you, but we'll make room for you in the Bryan barn.
We need to meet with Sabrisa as soon as possible.
Well, I guess you're just gonna go northwest into the woods then, huh? Because we haven't seen any of the Broken Ones wolves for at least a few days. They come by maybe twice a week. We trade.
All right. Maybe we go outside the walls, and you think you could howl to him, Kate?
Yeah, we'll try that.
Okay.
I don't think they would recognize the signal horn of Gaspar.
Allow me to. Once we're outside, I will wolf again.
Okay.
And then I will.
You give him your little Blackwood howl, or you give him the Villensog howl?
Bull and Sog howl. I want their attention quickly.
Okay.
Red alert. Got a problem.
Weren't aware she could make that noise, but it's a deeper and bigger voice than you think you've probably ever heard her use, and it does seem to echo off the hills, and you hear very, very, very distantly a return. That's not the one. That's not a nice one.
Oh, good. They're mad at us.
You hear some high-pitched responses, which are positive affirmative.
I can help.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wow.
You know what I haven't
Nice
heard in
horn.
forever is Danger's horn. I missed that one.
Isn't it like a duck call or
That'll
something
do,
funny like
Gaspar.
that?
Oh wait,
That'll do.
please.
It's like-
Just once.
You find it.
It's somewhere in that fucking backpack. Backpack full of
Somewhere in that
bullshit.
pilgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a
Yep.
pilgrim full of loot from
Of
Interchange.
Timmy Raid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Toolbox searching noise.
That
He's
is
helping.
awful.
Oh my god, I was
The
not
worst
expecting
noise
that.
in Foundry. That was
Yeah,
really
we sought that out too. We went out of our way for
fucking
that.
horrible.
You wanted it.
We did.
You wanted
Just
to.
acknowledge it.
Did we though? I don't think we did. I think you wanted it.
Oh,
Alfred did.
there you go.
The unofficial we.
All right.
Kate, you hear
Mm.
several answering howls to the northwest, miles away, but you
Mhm.
can find your way to them now, that are broken
Okay.
ones, and a distant, miles away. The others here don't even seem to hear it. Only you hear it. You hear a Volensog howl from maybe 10 miles to the northeast somewhere. And
Oh.
it says, "Are you okay?" is the message.
Do they know everything that's going on with the cult?
You
I've
don't know.
slept since then. Okay. Haul back. We're bringing back a dangerous enemy that.
That's too complex for howl.
Okay. Okay.
You can howl, "I need help," or "I'm fine, leave me alone," or "Meet me, come, let's talk," or
Guys, do we want to update them as well? Tell them to come meet us along with Sabrisa?
the other thing
bring
you
the
the other
big
thing
dog.
the other thing you know how to say in Volensog is, "I'm coming to eat your heart."
I will not say that.
Okay. It's on the table though.
Eat your heart out. Womp,
It
womp.
sounds like
Okay.
this. Ah, woo.
Yeah.
Yes. I tell them. Sorry.
Didn't the Volensog chase that other cultist into the Desmond Temple and like keep her there?
Yeah.
Yes.
They killed her actually. I mean, she died of her
Yeah.
wounds from them.
Yeah. Well, if they can not kill her, that might be an interesting option.
Yeah. I'll tell them to come meet us.
Yeah. And talk to all the werewolf tribes at the same time.
Yeah. And we can update Adamaris once we get back.
Okay. You guys
War Council.
head off into the woods to talk to a bunch of werewolves. So that's this group. You're over here. And those of you who are still, let's see, back here, you're going to wait here at the fortress. You're going to relocate somewhere else. What is the plan back here?
I'm down to go with, unless we really shouldn't.
No, you're right next to us.
Yeah, you're not there.
You're Covera. You're the only way we can get there. It's the Dinvaya, Danger, Dismas, Elfrip group. Who I suppose should...
Perception checks, people who are left behind.
29.
Okay. Elfrip, you feel a whump. A distant heavy object hitting the ground. And then again. And then again. And then again.
Guys, my jello is jiggling, so they say.
My jello's jiggling.
Oh.
We should either watch out for a Tyrannosaurus or something else.
All right.
Coming this way.
You could
Yes,
put him in the
sir.
shark pit with your Elasmosaurus.
Yeah.
And it does seem like it's coming at us.
Oh. Let's get ready.
The actual object, the book, Notes on a Captured Cultist, is still here on this table if anybody wants to grab it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do I just go pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably hide or skedaddle.
I'm good at hiding.
I'm not good at hiding.
I'm okay with skedaddling.
All right, Danger. Can you start leading us away from here? And away from that thing?
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, you guys would. The other people would be well hidden in the trees, but we can see their buffs sticking. The good guys. You can see a pile of buffs.
But I actually can't.
I can damnation stride us 140 feet too.
Oh.
As long as you're all within 10 feet of me.
How many targets can you take with you on that?
Anybody within 10 feet. Oh, it just said.
Functions as dimension door, so let me get you that text.
Hey, is there a macro or button to center on my token? I think my POV's all fucked up. Oh, there it goes.
I can pull you guys. There you go. Dimension door.
I think it's 3 per so many caster levels, or 1 per so many caster levels. 3 caster
One
levels.
additional willing creature per 3 caster levels. So that's yourself plus 3.
Okay. Well, never mind.
That gets most everybody. Then you pick whoever's the slipperiest, and they got to go on their own.
I am pretty slippery.
Yeah, that's Kyre danger for sure.
That makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I can defend myself.
Buddy, I don't mean to bring up a sore subject, but we have resurrected you a lot.
Well,
I think he's tied.
Shit.
Aren't you
I've
tied?
been keeping track in my notebook,
Oh.
and
Wow.
it appears as if I am in fact tied.
There you go. Slanderous Elfrip.
Well, it doesn't need to be a contest for Alfred to worry about best friend.
Danger does have more hit points than I do.
The footsteps are getting louder.
Teleport away.
What'd you say, Tim?
I would say you should just damnation stride as many people as you can. Like Dinvaya is gonna be really slow and really not sneaky.
All right, Mr. Danger, you can find us pretty well with your skills, right?
Wow.
All right, and what direction are they coming from, Toby?
It's hard to tell when you're in the fortress. You think west or south, which is the direction town is. It's to the west. And to the east is a river, to the north is a forest, and to the south is the river. The only way to go is basically towards them or into the woods to the north, which is the last place you saw the demon wolves, or over the river somehow. And you can damnation straight across the river. It's only maybe 200 or 300 foot wide here.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Either towards the demon wolves or across the river.
Mr. Dismas, you're being kind of quiet. Which one should we pick?
I reckon I would go across the river.
All right, across the river.
All right.
Mr. Danger, do you have a way to get across the river?
I can swim.
Yeah, I'll answer that for you, Chris. You're a 10th level Pathfinder character. If you can't cross a river, you should reroll.
I got like
He's a
long
10th level
strider
ranger.
and shit.
It's dark, bud.
I got blood cayman tacos.
Oh wait, yeah.
All right. Then here we go.
Yeah, I got blood came tacos too. I'll be alright.
Okay. Where the fuck is this damnation stride? There you are.
Hide from undead, greater.
I'm over there.
Oh my god.
Really funny audio.
Who is doing the swim, Danger?
Wow.
Okay. You guys run out of the north side of the fortress. Looking to the west over the treetops, you can see the treetops shaking as multiple giant-sized critters are coming through the forest towards you. Towards the fort, anyway. And you get down to where you run through a couple 100 feet of woods. It opens up into these long slopes that go down to the riverbank. You step in squishier, spongier ground and reach the river shore thick with weeds and grass up to your chest. And the opposite bank of the river is only maybe 250 feet across, and Elfrip Damnation strides four of you instantly across to the trees on the other side, leaving scorch marks here and there. And then Danger crosses the river with his blood cayman tacos that enables him to, what does that do? 20 swim speed. Oh shit. And he charges into the water, which not normally is done, but he dives into the water full speed, disappears. And you guys are quietly wondering where he is and if he's okay and if he's ever going to come out. And a couple minutes later, he comes out of the water on the riverbank like the Navy SEALs in Tears from the Sun. That's, I declare.
Damn, Mr. Danger, you swim
sculpts up
like
the
a
bank.
duck.
Yep. And he sounds like one too if he needs to.
I'm gonna do it.
That's super cool. You want to give me knuckles?
Give you what?
Want knuckles?
All right, let's keep moving, troops. Let's keep moving.
Keep
Keep moving, troops.
Dinvaya ushers you guys up the bank into the trees. And you can distantly, from 800 or 900 feet away across the river, see some of the stone remnants of Tharvath Bastion, the fortress you were just hiding out in. And you see the night sky and the forest lit up by fire. And you see the last remnants of those walls tumbled over like soft, fragile, rotted wood by some 25-foot tall, black armored skeleton looking giant that is constantly burning and immolating in fire. You can see him from across the river. And he just levels that fortress, stomping in every part of it, blasting fire. You hear
That thing sucks.
several explosions. And the fortress is, first of all, the radius is not that big, but on this map it looks too big. This does not hit you in any way, but you hear it distantly.
That is a big fireball.
Damn.
Canonically, the explosion happens as I'm coming out of the water.
Mm-hmm. You are silhouetted against fiery castle destruction behind you on the opposite bank as you're soaked in water and covered in river reeds with your duck call hanging out of your mouth like a cigar. And you see it destroy the fortress and then stomp off to the west, back towards Feldgrau.
I guess they got some push notifications that we were brain baking a dude over there.
Twould seem, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't love that for us.
Of this party, that's Elfrib, Dinvaya, Kai might buy spellcraft. Disma's probably
Kai does
terrible at
not.
it. Okay.
19.
I had a little bit.
They could be scrying you. They could use, knowing the cult, they could probably locate object on that man's skull. They've done so much to it. It's like a magic item that they know very well.
Oh, but I can't locate a skin suit with locate object.
No. You did ultimately locate the skin suit. I don't know why you're still bitching about this.
Wait till you
I had
pulled
to-
the shit out of that.
I had to fight in court. Be able to locate that skin suit.
We're at least 90% certain that that individual is dead now, so you can get over it.
No.
85.
He's never gonna get over it.
80.
Sound off if you're not Vorkstag.
Okay, so we want to go back towards the demon wolves or my party I'm talking to, or start working our way back towards Feldgrau and the Ara.
We should probably stay somewhat close by so that the other party can find us. We didn't agree upon where we're gonna meet if we got separated from that spot.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be, if they go back to that spot, they're going to be teleporting into a leveled fortress, so.
Yeah. We got a problem. Wouldn't mind. That aura is pretty tricky to get back to.
Yeah.
Not for us, I don't think.
Oh, they don't have teleport. They just have Damnation Stride.
Yeah, we'd have to hoof it. We'd have to do it the long way, but we'd get there just fine.
Yep.
I think it might be best just to go to the aura.
Yeah,
Well,
that would prevent them from scrying us too, if they are trying to scry us.
Yeah. We'll have to be careful getting back in there, because wasn't that where we first encountered a bunch of undead when we got to Feldgrau? It was just before we found the aura.
By the granary? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's half of us now.
Yeah, we'll have to be smart about it. We can't just waltz right in there.
Mm-hmm.
But
We can be sneaky.
well, some of us can. It's either that or seek refuge with Team Wolves. Neither one's a bad idea. I'm just asking what you guys rather do. I don't know how far we are from Feldgrau and the R right now. I have no clue, map-wise.
Feldgrau is now 50 miles southwest. You cross the river, you are essentially like less than 10 miles from the ruined keep on this side of the river, which is currently uninhabited. I think I threatened to fill it with bears at one point if you guys demanded to explore it. But since you were just fleeing here, we won't do the bears thing. And this part of eastern Usalav Forest is pretty peaceful. So the Fingerstones, which is where you saw the demon wolves, is about 30 miles west of you, and Feldgrau is about 50 miles southwest of you. Keeping in mind you'd still have to cross the river again. Or you could camp over here in the middle of nowhere, and they would have a harder time getting to you because they would have to cross the river with a bunch of heavy-ass giants, and they'd have to know where you were. But you don't yet know how they knew to go to that fortress just then.
Yeah, but our best guess is that they had something on that guy.
Yeah, that would be my best guess as a divine caster.
Or they have some kind of ping that tells them when people in the area have teleported. I don't know if magic can do that.
What did you want that spellcraft for, Toby?
For the question of scrying and things like that, it is pretty likely that they just did locate person on him because they know a lot about him. He's been in their cult for years, and they know very little, if anything, about any of you. So it's very hard for them to locate or scry any of you. Although Kate was directly connected to the man's mind for like an hour, and directly digging around in his memories, and she was indirectly attacked by spells coming from them. So that may have helped them narrow down or pinpoint the cultist's current location. Like, oh, someone's just triggered my trap card somewhere east of here. Go, fire giant, burn everything. So you don't think they have any ability. Based on Dinvaya's, with Elfrib's help, total of 21 spellcraft, which is pretty good. You don't think they have any current way to locate and detect Elfrib, Dinvaya, Kai, Dismas, or Danger. Probably you could just camp on this side of the river if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to take us forever to trek 50 miles back around to the Aura.
Well, and we can stay on this side of the river and watch for signs that the others have teleported back and grab them faster.
Yeah.
You could
Like
also
send a
march.
message or a duck call or something.
Yep. I don't think you have the Wand of Mount because that's with Kate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You could also walk for the next 2 days north to a town called Vichy, which has a ferry that would take you across the river, and then you could go back to the Penitent Hearth and have flapjacks.
Crab cakes.
Yeah, let's just camp on this side of the river.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I am A-okay with doing that.
you guys have avoided my trap card for the moment. And then we will think again about this meeting up here.
Maybe if we get the bears with Mr. Danger here, then he can make friends with the bears, and then we have an army of bears.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. Makes sense. Sure.
We can ride them.
Ride them into battle.
I'm amazed that at this point, Danger hasn't turned into a bear and then had Dismas ride him while shooting.
Now that I can get on board
Let's
with.
not.
Anyone else tries to fucking mount me into battle, we're gonna have a problem.
Were you saying something a second ago, Sid?
No.
I thought I heard someone arguing. I was excited about Dismas riding Danger.
Phrasing.
I said what I said.
Oh, there's wolfies moving around in that other corner.
I'm gonna have to leave pretty soon to make a damn.
We're gonna
Step
pause. We're gonna pause pretty soon, I think. That's okay with everyone, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the woods, just heading northwest with the occasional howl for location. Kate, you already know that you don't need to howl anymore to the Volensog. They will find you.
Yeah.
You're within 15 miles of them, they'll be able to find you.
Okay.
And the broken ones have a similar range, more like 5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But you eventually see a bird dive down out of the sky through the trees and appear in front of you, and it is Sabrisa. And moments later, several other smaller wolves come up out of the woods behind her, catching up to her. She normally just scouts for her pack, but when she recognizes you guys, she drops down and shifts into her hybrid form. Mm-hmm. And you see her wolves whisper to her for a moment, and she turns and looks as 2 Volensog come from 2 different directions out of the deeper woods. And they come slowly walking up, not running, not in any kind of circling pose, which is their sign that they're not here to fight, which the broken ones see. And you recognize Hecor and Troshal as the 2 Volensog that have responded. And Sabrisa says,
A strange meeting.
Yeah, I'm here. OG Pink Dick.
What?
I slapped
Called him
Gaspar.
Pink Dick once.
Hello, Pink Dick.
Yep.
See? He members.
God, it's so...
Nice to see you all. Sorry, it isn't under better circumstances.
Welcome back to Shudderwood.
Thank you. Home sweet home.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
We caught... Oh.
We've caught a mutual enemy.
There we go. Captain Pink Dick it is, forever, I believe.
Captain Pink Dick.
He smells like a demon wolf, and yet something even worse.
Yeah, he's all kinds of bad shit. We got,
The cult.
we got many things in store for him, but
He smells like their filth.
would like to leave him I'm with you guys.
The Whispering Way decimated many of Adamarus's numbers, but they bid him.
You have seen the demon wolves?
Yes, we negotiated unexpectedly peacefully with them.
They were really chill. They did not ask us for 200 gold at any point.
Gosh.
Don't forget, they felt like they were impeded from being able to just attack towns and villages like they usually like to.
Oh yeah, they are fucking insane.
They're like, we really want to be able to
Holy crap, man. You've got to learn to let things go.
You gotta learn to let people go through your neighborhood.
He physically cannot.
Nope, can't, won't.
Listen, bitch.
Listening.
Whoa.
She says, listen,
Wait.
bitch, and then she immediately ignores you and turns to Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the plan?
Typing.
Sure.
Would you be willing to help us detain him? We would like eventually to draw public attention to what the cult is doing, but for now, we may need to pull further information from him. It isn't safe for him in most places, and he's in the throes of transformation.
And you fear to leave him with anyone else? I think I understand.
Yes, we trust you.
He is still sort of feral and snarling. She says,
Ah, I see. You are at war with yourself on multiple fronts, aren't you? Let me help you find peace. Foolish Pink Dick were Wolf Culter's trash pile.
What?
she stares into his eyes as he snarls at her and snaps and bites. And she momentarily gains a strange sort of glow, and her eyes go blue, which they do not normally do. And you see a terrifying white ghost, blue-eyed werewolf spirit float directly out of her body into being in front of him. And you see him go absolutely still. Stop snarling, stop struggling, just stares straight ahead, does not look at it. And you see it circle him and float into him, and you see his eyes go blue, and he sort of goes completely rigid for a moment, and then sits. And he sits with his back straight, and his arms behind him, and the manacle, and his head is up straight, and his mouth shuts for the first time in a day.
Thank God.
And he looks absolutely calmed.
Careful, they going phantasmal killer, that wolf
No,
ghost.
he won't be any trouble.
Probably like 3 times a day forever.
They cannot.
Thank you very much.
The Vilcasis is a spirit of the earth. They could destroy it 1,000 times, and it will return 1,001.
Just be careful. They're really, really specialized into undead management. It's like their whole thing.
Oren Vrood was watching me while I was in this one's mind.
Yes. The Vilcasis has ejected him from this man.
Oh, wow.
He was watching you still.
Bastard.
Fuck. Thank you, or thank you.
It tells me that he will not return.
Go Vilcasis.
Yeah. That's
We have
reassuring.
severed the link. And this creature is on his own again. As he was when he was a child.
Oh.
He may not be healed ever, but he is without connection for now.
Which he so longs for.
They know you have brought him here, and they know they have lost him. But that is all they will learn from him.
And she looks back at you all. And...
I will keep him for 6 months. After that, I will kill him, to set him free.
Fucking deal.
That seems more than fair.
Can we have him if we come back for him?
Yes, we hold him as repayment for all that you and your friends have given us. We might
We
not
greatly
even charge you for
appreciate your
passing
help.
through.
There it is.
Or perhaps give you a discount.
Sigh.
How about 190 gold?
Brilliant. I don't have it right now.
We're poor.
Fare thee well, spiteful pink dick.
Oh, you have no idea.
Even for cute goblin friends.
Elfrip, she walks over and hugs.
Elfrip ain't there.
He's not dead.
Oh no, Elfrip!
Unfortunately.
Elfrip, you can't talk then. You're confusing me.
I'm so used to all of us being together.
Yeah.
So it's
She
just like,
tells
oh.
you to... She asks Kate to say hello to her friend Elfrip.
Will do. He'll be happy to hear from you.
That's, I think, it. You guys can rest there if you want, or beam back. We can figure that out next time.
Since that thing is, or the whole castle was destroyed, maybe we should figure it out next time, but...
It'd be great if we had a way to find that out. Does
Yeah.
anyone have sending?
I think, realistically, since we did not at all think to plan where to meet up,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
probably just going to teleport back to the ruined castle and go, oh shit, that's crazy.
You only spent an hour at the ruined castle. It'd be risky to teleport there. And the only safe places you have to teleport to in southeastern Ardeal are the Apsu Temple and the Ara.
What I'll probably
Good.
do is I'll
Penitent Heart.
switch.
That's what I was gonna ask.
What are you
What
going to
were you
switch,
saying,
Josh?
what I'll do is, since we're just camping in the woods, I'll spend an hour and switch a spell slot over to sending, and I'll send you guys a message what happened.
Thank
We
you.
can figure it out from there.
Okay.
That's
Hell
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good call.
So you do have sending. That's awesome. That's just the emails of Galarian.
Mm.
Okay, well, we'll pause there, and next time we'll start with how the party communicates and reunites. But your prisoner is safely delivered in case you ever need him again, and then of course you have the other one's head in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yay. Oh, we can ask her questions every 2 weeks forever.
We should do that. We should ask her the same questions now that we know things that piss him off. You know. Okay, we'll follow up.
What we do,
I'll have a
we
list.
get a couple of third-level clerics to hold the head,
Mhm.
and we ask, we tell them to ask it questions that will set off traps before we fight Orin Vrood, because then he has fewer spells.
Mhm.
And also the third-level clerics are dead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they would be.
Which is not really a bonus, but like, who cares?
Now this guy didn't know the answers to some of the questions, but now we know questions someone knows the answer to, and we can try them on her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll start at this time, 10:30 at night, on right after the teleports and the meetings and the harrowing escape of the other squad.
Heroin. Escape.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, cool beans.
Cool, cool.